Right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Football Chat Live. Tonight we bring you Europa League action from Amsterdam. Brighton versus Ajax. They make the trip to the Johan Cruyff Arena in what should be a very thrilling match tonight. The Europa League so far for Brighton, it's not been very comfortable by any measurements. They've had some very difficult matches so far. They were drawn a tough group in fairness, but they've made a meal of it so far. They beat Ajax a couple of weeks ago. They need to win again tonight. Harry, are you excited for it?
I am, because I think despite the fact we watched this game a couple of weeks ago, I think it's going to be a very different game. We're at the Johan Cruyff Arena, as you say, tonight, which is very different to the Amex, and Ajax look very different. Under new management, half the 11 looks completely different to the team we saw in the reverse
There's been
game.
some tweaks, indeed, yeah.
So it should be an interesting game, but both teams need points. As it stands, neither side would get through to the knockout, so this is a big game for both.
You have to say it's a bit of a shock. I think a lot of people would have predicted Brighton top the group, Ajax second, Marseille third. But at the moment, Marseille topping the group on 5 points, AEK Athens sat in second, 4 points to their name, Brighton in third with 4 points, and Ajax last with 2. So it's been a very tight group so far. Everything could change still with 3 matches to play. Obviously, Marseille play Athens tonight. That game is in Athens later this evening, so we won't know the result of that on this stream. But for both these teams, a win today could be they're still in the competition, in Ajax's case, or they're out of it.
Yeah, I think it's a bigger game for Ajax than it is for Brighton. You're at home, you are only on 2 points. If you lose today, you're looking at least a 2 point gap to the next thing above you. It would be very hard to get out of that situation. So Ajax need a win tonight massively.
Yeah.
Brighton, it would help them hugely towards qualifying. So it is a big game. It is a very big game.
Definitely so. With that said, shall we get into the lineups?
Yes.
So we'll start with the hosts, Ajax, of course. We are in the Johan Cruyff Arena, a beautiful stadium, and hopefully we're tracked to a beautiful match. So the Ajax lineup, they line up in a 4-3-3, similar to what we saw under the, what was his name? I can't remember now, but the caretaker manager a few weeks ago. Slight differences, though, with new manager Jon van Schip. Forget his name, but he's in charge and he lines up the following. In goal, it's Ramai. He played in the last game between the two sides and looked fairly competent.
Yeah.
In the back four, Gaye, Wrench coming into the team, Sutalo and Hato. So the only change there is Devin Wrench. I expect to see Devin Wrench out at left back and Hato as one of the two centre halves. Yeah. But those two could be the other way around. In the middle three, Taylor, Kleinson and Voss. Voss, the only addition again from the team that played in the reverse fixture. Burgoy shifts out to the right. Bervane sticks to the left. And Brian Brobby still through the middle. So not too many tweaks. Only Voss and Wrench come into the side from the team that played 3 weeks ago. But they have looked a lot better since they've sacked their manager and the caretaker manager. I mean, last weekend, a 4-1 win over Heerenveen. Very, very strong performance. Against FC Volendam, it was a 2-0 win. So good so far from Von Schip. He'll be hoping with a game tonight, a potential win tonight, puts themselves in a really good position.
Yeah, they're certainly not back to their best, but they're doing okay, and I think the main thing tonight is to get that front three on the ball.
Indeed. As for the opposition then, Bart Verbruggen in between the sticks, a back four of Milner, Van Hecker, Dunk and Veltman. Veltman and Milner could definitely be the other way round. In the midfield pit, it's Pascal Gross and Mohamed Dahoud. It's Mahmoud Dahoud, apologies. Mahmoud Dahoud, should have got that right. Yeah. Dinger on one flank, Meter on the other, Fatty in the 10, and up front it's João Pedro. So a fair bit of rotation from a normal Brighton side. It's what you expect though for the Europa League. Yeah. You don't expect to see Solly March playing, Evan Ferguson playing, Julio Enciso and Adam Lallana played the last Prem game.
It feels very similar to the side that did play against Ajax a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I think it's almost identical.
They'll be doing exactly the same thing. It'll be interesting to see how Ajax played tonight. Obviously in that game they sat back, tried to absorb the pressure and eventually Brighton managed to cut through. But maybe at home, under new management, Ajax might go on the front foot. Maybe. I mean, that would benefit Brighton. I think.
Well, 6 goals in their last 2 games under new manager Von Schip.
That is pretty impressive, and we know Brighton don't really. Sometimes they don't really like it when teams do. We've seen Verbruggen and Van Hecker give the ball away this season and cost them goals when they're under pressure. But that's what Brighton like. It's kind of it will work sometimes and it won't work others. So they could play really well and win 3-0 tonight, or it could be like 4-4. What I love with Brighton, you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, Brighton either lose or win. It's not going to be a draw, I can tell you that much. But welcome everyone tuning in. Ryan Tune with the classic high full stop. Great to see you, Ryan. How you doing today, mate? And Daz Reynolds saying big up, guys. Good to see you, Daz, as well. But yeah, as always, get involved with chat tonight. Keep it active. Give your thoughts throughout the 90. And of course, in a few moments, we'll get into some predictions. But in the meantime, Harry, what do you want to touch on? Firstly, if I may, I want to talk about that Brighton defence. You mentioned there Van Hecke and Bart Verbruggen making a few errors in the start of this campaign. They're both quite young players, relatively inexperienced players. How much of an impact does that have on Brighton, those two players, and well, the overall defence being a little bit shaky?
Yeah, it's interesting that I think Zerbi's decided to rely on them so much this year. You know, Steele last year proved he could do it. He's a very competent goalkeeper, and you still have got Adam Webster on the bench. So it's not like he's forced to play the youth. He keeps choosing to. They do keep making errors.
That is sort of what Brighton do, to be fair.
But at the end of the day, they're all both very good footballers in their own. So when they're not making mistakes, they're playing well. So I guess that is the risk versus the reward that De Zerbi's willing to take.
Yeah, 100% agree. Obviously, the Brighton system does leave themselves very susceptible to counter-attacks, given the fact that both wing-backs tuck in a little to create the space. Both midfielders are quite deep. It makes them very open. Perhaps Stupinan, when he plays, tends to get very high. So it does leave him a little bit weak at the back. And then we've seen a lot this season how a lot of Brighton's problems have come on the right-hand side, on the attacking team's right-hand side, because that's where they've had makeshift players. But also on the left, whenever they've had a makeshift player there. So the fact they've not had rotation options or sufficient rotation options in certain areas has left them a little bit exposed. For example, at left back, Purvis Stupinan currently out with an injury. He's been out for a couple of weeks now. Solly March has done a shift there. James Milner features there tonight. Is a potential point of weakness when you've got Bart Verbruggen in goal, who's a relatively inexperienced goalkeeper, Jan-Paul Van Hecke, who has susceptibility to errors, and a left back who's not a left back. It means that for the opposition, attacking down that right-hand side can be very fruitful. And I think that's why they played Berghuis on that flank today. He played in middle of the field last time, but they know by moving him out wide right, he can actually have a huge impact, given the fact that Ajax defending that right-hand side, their left side of their defence, isn't very strong.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is the main thing. This defence won't make mistakes unless they're put under pressure and they're under threat.
Yeah.
And that is a big thing for Ajax tonight. At the Amex, I don't think Robbie or Bergwijn touch the ball very often. They've got to get the ball to them. They've got to give them chances because they had nothing to do last time, and Brighton were relaxing because they were under no pressure at the back. Ajax have got to step onto them, get that front three involved in this game, and try and force opportunities, force mistakes.
Yes. The other thing for Brighton this season, which is new, is their ability to adapt to the matches. So we saw in the Marseille game. So what Brighton tends to do, both midfielders drop deep, and they have that double pivot in there. It means the two centre-halves and the two defensive midfielders can shift the ball between them until the space opens up, and then they pass it through. What Marseille were doing quite effectively was going man for man, and that meant that Brighton couldn't really play out from the back with as much success. De Zerbi decided to push a player forwards. It meant that suddenly there was a lot more space, suddenly there was a lot more confusion, and that created the goal which Brighton needed. That created the space which Brighton needed to go and find goals, and they ended up coming back in that match. So he's shown a little bit of adaptability, or a lot more adaptability than he has last season, De Zerbi, and he's shown that in-game ability to change system, to change shape slightly, alter it a little bit, just to be able to get the edge in that match. So yeah, a little less stubbornness has benefited them this season. But how highly do you rate De Zerbi right now? Do you think he's up there as one of the best coaches in the Premier League, or do you think he's
100%.
Still got some work to do?
No, 100%. I think he's there. And I think maybe there's a little work to do in the defensive department, but the way they come forward and the way they put teams under so much pressure and so much stress, and when they're flying, they look unstoppable. The amount of goals they put past opposition is incredible. And they play really nice stuff. They play really nice stuff. Just tweak it a little defensively, stop shipping as many goals, and they'll be right up there.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that. But yeah, I'm very excited for tonight's game. We saw the last game. It was quite an exciting one. Ajax were able to fight Brighton for a large period of time, but then Brighton, as they often do, drew out a few players, found the gap for Kawhi Mitoma, and then that was it from there. They managed to create a chance from that. João Pedro, I believe, or was it? Yeah, João Pedro finished that one, and then the floodgates opened a little. But Ajax has provided they can keep it tight. there's a chance they can get something on the counter tonight. They've got a good attack. Brobby, Berghuis, Spervane, they're good enough to get goals. If they can resist the pressure for long enough, there's a chance for Ajax to cause an upset tonight. Key as well, Devon Wrench back into the side. How important do you think he can be for this Ajax team?
Incredible. We saw how the young pairing did at the Ajax a few weeks ago. They did all right, but eventually they were carved open by a nice little bit of movement.
Yeah. We expect it to be that same partnership, obviously, of Sutalo and Hato. But the one thing I think Devon Wrench does bring is that classic Ajax play. He's been there a few years now, Wrench. Got a little bit more experience, and he cares for the club a lot. He came through the academy. He's been playing for them for years. I think that makes a real difference. He's got that Ajax spirit within him. And that could just give him an extra edge today at left back. Obviously, Borna Sosa, I don't think was the biggest issue in the last game. No. But Wrench, better defensive player, and I think he'll contribute an awful lot more to the leadership side of things. So just having him, his presence could have a huge impact for Ajax tonight in what is otherwise a very relatively young and inexperienced side. But going to be a good one tonight. Shame not to see Chuba Ekpom in the Ajax team. I guess they're keeping him for the league because he's been very good recently. And they're struggling to direct the mascots around the stand. But other than that, no problems with the players taken to the field. We should probably get in some predictions. Chat, make sure to get your predictions in as well. Make sure to get involved in the live chat. We want to see your score predictions. But Harry, what is your expectation from this game?
Yeah, I mean, one man we still haven't touched on is the Europa League top scorer, João Pedro.
Yeah.
He is going to want to add to that tally tonight, and I think he will. I will go for a Brighton win, but I think it'll be a little bit closer than the reverse fixture. I'll go 2-1 to the Seagulls. I think they'll take the lead through that man, João Pedro. Ajax will then respond through Brobby, but then it will be a Ansu Fati goal in the second half to win the game.
I can't disagree with that. Very, very good prediction. I will say... I also think it'll be a Brighton win. I also think a little bit more modest. Or do I? I don't know. What did you go again? Sorry.
2-1.
I'm gonna copy that prediction. Right, I didn't want to, but I'm gonna copy it. 2-1. I will say Simon Adingra will get the first, and then I think he'll set up João Pedro for the second, and it'll be a consolation goal through Heinsohn. Very impressed with him in the first game. The only player that really wanted to take a shot, so I think he'll benefit from that and actually get a goal today. And then set up a nervy end to the match. But should be a good one today. Brighton, inexperienced in Europe, but this first season in Europe is going to be crucial for their young side. Ajax, very experienced in Europe, not familiar with the Europa League, and with this team, there's very little experience at all of professional football. So, going to be an interesting battle today. Very interested to see who comes out on top.
I'll say big night for both sides. If Brighton win, they put themselves right in the frame to get to the knockouts. If Ajax win, they keep themselves alive. But the main thing for Ajax tonight is a loss is poor. A loss is really poor. They'd be on 2 points, and they'd be all but out.
Yeah, indeed.
I mean, they would be out if... Oh, no, they wouldn't, because Brighton would be 5 points off them, but...
No. Ajax could get... Brighton could get to 5 points ahead of Ajax,
And so could...
Well, they may well be out, because I don't know if it would...
And so could Alkmaar if they win. Because so could... Yeah. What are they called? Athens, if they win as well.
Well, I think that could put them out, because it would mean that no matter who wins in Brighton Ajax, Athens, one of them would go to out of touch.
Ajax need to win tonight, basically.
Yeah. Or a draw, at least, just to slow Brighton down. And then, because then if Athens lose, which you would expect they do to Marseille, that would be good for Ajax. But it's going to be a long ask, or a tough ask now for Ajax to recover the ground lost. And if Brighton are as good as they were a few weeks back, it's going to be a very difficult task. But yeah.
Only suspension risk is Van Hecker, who's on a yellow card. Another one he won't be able to play in the next game. But if anything, they might want to clear that in to save the fifth game week, so he misses the sixth one. And
they'll wait till next week to see if to make sure they're in a stronger position. But yeah, if Brighton win tonight and Athens lose to Marseille as we all expect them, then Brighton are in a perfect position, really. Or even if Athens win, because then they'll be level with all three and it'll be a bit of a mental top of the group.
Yeah.
But yeah. And Ajax will be out. So yeah, a lot on the line tonight. And Vantis Ship has got some work to do. They looked a lot better in recent matches. Can that performance keep up tonight? It'll be Brighton, to get us started here. So referee's happy to play. João Pedro knock it back and we're underway here in Amsterdam. It's AJAX versus Brighton. The Europa League group stage should be a great game. Paul Van Hecker. Now Dunk. Van Hecker. And now it's back with Verbruggen. It's got to prove as well, Bart Verbruggen. I know I've spoken about him a lot in the build-up, but he's a good young goalkeeper coming in from, was it Bruges he was signed from?
Yeah.
Not very experienced, a name that not a load of people had heard of, unless you've watched Belgian football.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot to prove, I think, because he usurped Steele from the side for certain matches. He also forced them into selling Robert Sanchez, or they let Sanchez go so they could get him. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. Mitoma.
I'll say, so he's had a bit of a mixed start.
Milner. Now back to Dunk. Dunk goes across to Paul Van Hecker. And Brighton's will move round right. And now back across again. Dunk. Milner. Looking for options. Here is Ansu Fati, who just dropped in to get involved. And now back to Dunk. But what I had to do well here is actually forcing Brighton back, which I don't think I've ever seen anyone do. Dude.
That's what they've got to do.
Now Van Hecker. And it's Dunk. Dahoud. And it's across from Gross into Van Hecker. And that's a cracking ball. Can Simon Adingra get there? Not quite. Wasn't ever going to be able to make up that ground. But
No.
nice idea from Jan-Paul Van Hecker. But yeah, as I mentioned, John Fancy Ship. It's his third game as Ajax manager. He'd be very much hoping it's a win.
Yeah, he started well. He's dumbed it down. He's simplified things. That's exactly what they need to do. And it's working so far.
Yeah. Yeah, crucial win at the weekend, and we saw Chuba Akpom score 2. He's now got 3 in 2 matches under the new coach, and it seems that he's finding his mojo again.
Yeah.
The next player down there, it's Brian Brobby holding his foot. And well, this is not great for Brobby, though he does seem to be able to get back to his feet. Just trodden on there by Jan-Paul Van Hecker. Nothing malicious in it. He just stepped forward and on to Brian Brobby.
Yeah. Ref's always going to pull that up.
Yeah.
Don't think Van Heck.
Sutalo. Yes, so it is Harto at left back, as by the way, tonight. Devin Wrench, I believe, now is at right back. And Gay into centre half, potentially. Just trying to work out where everyone is. Or maybe it's just that Wrench pushed forward, I think, yeah. So Wrench is playing centre half tonight, Harto in at left back. And Dunk, they're having to bail his side out. And Gary Weiss, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, Gary. I think it's Guy is playing right back. Vervain. Now here is Kleinson. Verhoist cuts inside, and that's actually a powerful effort.
Yeah.
But it's claimed well by Bart Verbruggen.
He caught that quite nicely, but straight enough to throw at the keeper.
Glad to see there's some decent early kickoffs today. There are indeed. Gary will be keeping up with the scores across the doors and all of the European competition tonight. Of course, the other English team competing now is Liverpool. They've got Toulouse. Hopefully, well, they'll be hoping not to lose, but going to be an interesting one. Veltman there's kicked it out. Not great from the right back there, perhaps forgetting which side he's playing for. Vervain. Now Sutalo. It's a good control from Voss because the pass wasn't perfect. Wrench. Sutalo. Here's Harto. Options inside, but Sutalo now. Gaye. And he moves it forward. Berghuis round the corner. Kleinson holds it up well. Forced back by Dahoud, and he's won it up high up the pitch. Here's João Pedro. I can't explain what he's just tried there. He tries some fancy flick. It's not come off and it's out for a goal kick.
He tried to flick it onto someone, but no one's there.
Yeah.
Really
and also
bizarre.
missed the ball.
Yeah.
So none of it worked. But again, you just see there, and it's quite common amongst the Ajax players, the young lad Kleinson there just gets muscled off. He hasn't got that physicality. And, well, we've seen here, though, potentially someone else who hasn't got the physicality anymore. It's James Milner.
Yeah.
He's down after just 4 minutes here. And this is a concern for Brighton because they're already lacking depth in full-back areas. And their makeshift left-back down after a bit of a physical battle.
I mean, he does look knackered. He's played 5 minutes. Not ideal for Brighton at all.
In the meantime, let's look at the poll in chat then. 8 votes so far. 62% opting to go for Brighton. 38% think Ajax will win this, perhaps seeing home advantage as a way for Ajax to actually get something in the Europa League.
Yeah. Big, strong Brighton support.
Yeah. Well, understandable, really, obviously. Brighton's first foray into European football. But yeah.
It doesn't look good for James Milner at all.
And he appears, is he able to get back to his feet? I think that's what they're trying to test. We're going to get a replay here. It's actually after the Burkoy shot. He plants his foot horribly trying to block it. And yeah, that seems to have caused him some issues. I think this may well be the end of Milner's night.
Yeah.
He's making his way off the field now. He is walking, which is a good sign. Have Brighton ready to substitute, or is Milner returning?
Yeah.
That looks like a substitution. Getting changed behind the bench. They need to point the camera up a little bit to see who it is. Sure, we'll find out in a moment. But yeah.
It's going to be someone who isn't used to playing there, though.
Well, my first thought here would be, do they move Gross to right back, Veltman to left back, and put Billy Gilmore in the middle? Or Hinchell would. Could both play in there, or Belaber as well. Or even Belaber at fullback as well could work. But I couldn't quite see who that was.
No.
Igor, I don't know where he's gone. They signed him from Fiorentina and just haven't played him. Wrench. Now Sutalo. And now it's with Voss. Voss moves out wide. Bervain. And Hato. Sutalo. And Voss dropping in again. He's been on the ball a lot early in this game, Voss. He wasn't involved in the previous meeting between these two sides. Not really seen a lot of him. But yeah, perhaps Van der Schip seeing him as someone that needs to be involved. Hato. Heinsohn, Voss, 1-2, Taylor. And he dinks the ball forward. It's not come to anything. Here's Gross. Veltman under a heavy pressure here. Both Bervain and Taylor hounding him. And he's forced into an error.
Yeah, Ajax have started really well.
Very aggressive press there. Both Taylor and Bervain sprinting at him. So that is Billy Gilmore. So as I expected, you'd imagine Gross will move to fullback.
Yeah. And
Billy Gilmore coming into middle of the field. It's always good. You'd like to see a bit of Billy Gilmore getting involved.
Yeah. Not ideal for Brighton.
Not great for Brighton. Not great for James Milner. Who at this age, you always worry that one injury may well be your last. But yeah.
You still want to keep going.
Indeed. In the other games tonight, Rennes are 1-up against Panathinaikos now. That would move Rennes to top. Obviously, they are in a group with Villarreal as well. And if they beat the Israeli champions Maccabi Haifa later today, then that'll move Panathinaikos out of the qualification points as it stands. That qualification zone.
Ajax have had a good start here. They've done all right. They've done pretty decent.
It's a shame to see Milner have to go off. But other than that, I think a lot of positives for Brighton so far. Here's Sutalo.
But Ajax are putting Brighton under pressure.
Now
I don't like it.
Ramai. Looking for options. It does look like a bit of a 3-back at the moment. Wrench pushing up almost into midfield in order to create a box midfield, I think. Voss, Hato, Ramai. Bit of a hospital ball that. Not really an intended target, and it finds Zerbi. And that's obviously left the field of play, so it'll be a Brighton throw.
That same geezer that started in goal the other week.
Yeah.
They look very different.
Got a new trim.
Not that same bloke.
Fresh trim. But yeah, obviously no Hieronymo Rulli for Ajax. He's been ruled out until the early parts of January.
Oof.
And now here come Brighton. Ansu Fati. Fati down the line. Here's Kawara Mitama. Can he get there? No, he runs the ball off the end of the pitch. And that's going to be a goal kick.
Really skidded on from his first touch.
Noticeably, Brighton aren't getting time on the ball tonight. They're not getting time. They're not getting space. Mitama there, not being able to get the advantage of the man. But already he was shuffled out very wide. Pedro isolated a bit so far.
Yeah.
It's not been good for Brighton, I have to say. It's not really... They've not shown a lot. Gay, Ramai. Options around him. And he'll use Harto. Back to Ramai. And a lovely lifted ball into Kenneth Taylor. Taylor, bare vein, it flicks on. Brian Brobby uses his body really well there to hold off Van Hecker. Now Harto has to skip past João Pedro. Fantastic composure from the young lad as he beats 2 players. Now Kenneth Taylor. This is positive. Voss. They've had to go backwards, but that means they can switch the play. Sutalo. Now Heinsohn. A little bit of space to move into here. Heinsohn moves it out wide. Berghuis. One-on-one with Pascal Gross playing left back. Heinsohn trying to get the ball into the box, fighting with Kawara and Mitoma. And Mitoma hacks it clear. But there was a shout in there for a penalty, potentially coming off the arm of the Japanese winger. But I imagine they were futile. The ref is getting some sort of communication here from VAR. I mean, if this is given... Oh, if this does strike his hand...
Just have a look. I didn't really get a proper
He pushes the ball away from himself with his hand and then walks towards it. So, a potential penalty call here for an Ajax pen. Understandably, waved away quickly then. Harto. Now Ramai. And it finds Taylor. Taylor flicks it to Bervein. Bervein, Taylor. Brobby now. Again, Brobby's physicality is causing Van Hecker all kinds of problems. He holds up the ball well. Brian Brobby driving forwards. Is that a foul from Joel Veltman? Not in the eyes of the referee.
Don't think so.
Brobby sat on the floor still frustrated by that, but he's just got to pick himself up and get going.
His weight around like that, he's got to expect to have physical tackles put in on him.
Equally, if you manage to bring down Brian Brobby, that must have been Look at the size of him.
Yeah, he is pretty big.
Look at how Jan-Paul Van Hecker was just completely unable to do anything.
Yeah.
And Gay there, just allowing that to run out of play, and that'll be an Ajax goal kick. But he uses his body so well here, just holds off Jan-Paul Van Hecker, tries to burst away at pace. Joel Veltman, not much in it. I don't know if he actually touched the ball at all. That's not contentious. Thing is, he's not stopped Ajax going forwards, but he has pushed the ball away with his hand.
It's given in the Premier League.
Yeah, probably.
But the
Ramai here,
like
backing himself with his feet as he tries to take on 3 players. That is the goalkeeper, just in case anyone's forgotten. And Brobby, once again, holding up the ball so well. Van Hecker can't deal with him. Here's Heinsohn. The space is there. If he wants to open up and shoot, he does. And it's a good save for Verbruggen.
But this is what Robbie couldn't do in the game, a few weeks ago. He couldn't get on the ball, he couldn't hold up. But Ajax are showing them they can get the ball into Brobby, he can hold it up.
Yeah.
It gets up a pitch that extra 10-15 yards, and they're in the area to have shots.
I'm going to stop that from Verbruggen. It's not the most difficult one he'll ever make.
Had to be made though.
Indeed. Dunk is facing a bit of a sprint to get back to it. Stop it going off, but Verbruggen managed to get across to it. And now Harto loses out in the air to Simon Adingra, but it's not resulted in anything negative for Ajax. Just a throw. Here's Sutalo. Now it's with Ramai. Very confident today, Ramai. Quite hard at the field. Here's Harto. Sutalo. Looking for an option. Here's Gaye. And he lifts it forward. Brian Brobby. He wins the physical battle again. Kenneth Taylor. Needs to be more assertive in there, really. Gilmore fighting him. Here's Voss. Now Sutalo. Voss. That's a poor pass. Here's Simon Adingra. Plays into Fati. Fati bursts forward. Should score. Does score. Composed from Ansu Fati. And Brighton take the advantage. Ajax 0. Brighton 1. A very quick counter-attack. It's a poor giveaway of possession from Voss. It's quick from Adingra. It's good from Fati. It's composed. And it's 1-0 Brighton.
Yeah, really good stuff. Just pouncing on the error there and taking all the plaudits for it.
And now that pushes them into the ascendancy. They've been good so far, Ajax, but that was a cheap concession of possession from their young midfielder Voss. And well, that's led to a Brighton goal. He's got to pick himself up there because he's not been bad so far, Voss.
No, it's just
didn't put enough on the pass.
Yeah, sloppy.
Adingra gave it to Fati. Fati, his touch there just pushes him into so much space. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Just under good pressure from Billy Gilmore.
He just doesn't look where he's passing it.
And Fatty drives between the defenders, causes them all sorts of issues, and he places it across the goalkeeper.
He's loving life at Brighton.
Yeah, he started really well, and well, if he keeps up, you'd have to imagine Brighton will look to on opponent.
Yeah, definitely. But Ajax kind of they've been the better side for the first 15 minutes, and just an error there.
And Ramai trying to get Voss to pick his head up.
I understand what you say. They've started well. They've caused Brighton problems, especially Brian Brobby holding that ball up. They can't let that slip now.
Here's Harto. That's really composed again. For a 17-year-old, that lad is incredibly composed.
Brobby again.
A maturity beyond his age. And Brian Brobby there, bit too forceful.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a difference between holding up the ball and shoving Van Hecker to the floor. Anyway, Brighton in possession. Here is Mitoma. And Mitoma tries to play it down the line, but Ansu Fati not getting to that one. Sutalo. And he's encouraging players forward because he's just seen a moment ago how when Brighton pressed high, they were able to win the ball back. Obviously, they don't want to go completely mental and just sprint after it, but yeah, it's worth considering. Harto. Obviously, Brighton do press quite high anyway. Guy almost finding Verkois in behind, but it's cut out well by Billy Gilmore. Ramai. Here's Sutalo. Wrench. Harto. Now Ramai.
Yeah, I still don't think Ajax are out of this game. I mean...
No, not at all. It's 1-0. They've not looked bad in this game at all. Brighton just capitalised on a small error from Voss, and that's given them the advantage. But overall, they've not been poor.
I think that's a difference, yeah.
And here, Kenneth Taylor, with space to drive into, shifts it out wide. It's just behind Bergwijn, but he keeps it on. Bergwijn has Taylor ahead of him, goes to Taylor. The thing you notice the difference between the two sides is that every pass for Brighton comes off because they're so in sync, apart from that one, which Ajax pick up on heart of the pitch. Kleinson maybe should have looked to be a bit more selfish there. Voss winning it heart of the pitch. Harto coming forwards, has to try and run around the hoop. And that is a goal kick. Frustration there from Harto there.
Getting a free kick, I think.
Actually furious with that decision. But Ajax were able to put so much pressure on there.
I mean,
that should have been a corner, yeah. I think it's been given as a goal kick.
Yeah.
So you can understand Harto be a bit annoyed, but that seems irrational, that level of frustration. Here's Verbruggen. Moves out wide, Gruss.
I think that's show Brighton not doing well defensively, because everything's just very skittish.
Lovely switch from Dunk. Veltman, and his header goes into Harto of the opposition. But Adingra does well to fight and win it back, and now Gilmore gives it to Dunk, and Brighton looking to build up back and round again. Gilmore. Dunk. Gilmore again. Lovely finding João Pedro in a pocket of space. João Pedro holds off Sutalo. Turns around and looks for a crossfield ball. Trying to find Kawara Mitoma. But that's headed home by Gaye. And back with Ramai. And no one pressing for Brighton. So Ramai will just keep walking forwards.
That's because he's holding it, because he's centre arse wobbly.
Oh yeah, Sutalo doesn't look like he's got freedom of movement right now. Slight limp to his walk, and he's trying to walk that off by the looks of it. And Ramai looking for any sort of passing options, and he's rolled it back into his box, picked it up, and then thrown it to Sutalo. All of that, we watched about him, stand there for a minute just to pick it up. Smart. Ramai. Trying to find Bergwijn, but it's cut out by Brighton. Here's Mitoma. And his dribble hasn't come off. Voss loses it. Here's Kawara Mitoma. Options left, options right. Tries to find Pedro. Pedro, though, it's behind him and he slips over trying to recover it. And now it's an Ajax goal kick.
Yeah, Ajax just need to settle down. The game's been very
skittish so far.
It's been all over the place since the Brighton goal. Everyone just needs to kind of relax.
Yeah, indeed.
Because if I actually get back into the way they were playing the first 15 minutes, and get that ball into Bobby, they'll cause problems. At the moment, he's a little bit all over the place. And it feels like when the game is like this, when it's a bit like no one really knows what's going to happen, that's usually when Brighton take full advantage.
Indeed, yeah. Here is Ramai.
Again, taking a long time on the ball.
Yeah, he's not under any pressure to do anything else.
Got to bring that down. That's poor attempt at trying to control it. Alright, doing their best just to cut off the passes.
Yeah, chat, do get involved. What are your thoughts of the game so far? Make sure to have your say.
Taylor forces the error there. That's exactly what we said they've got to do. They've got to force errors like that. That time out of Bart Verbruggen.
Here's Wrench. Now Sutalo. Harto. Now back to Ramai. And now it's Sutalo again.
It's not what you usually
Ramai.
Brighton have less the possession.
Well, yeah, they've not really been able to get involved in this game. We know that Zerbi loves to control the ball. It's one of his main staples at Brighton, but they've not had possession at all today. I think it's because every time they've had the ball, Ajax have pressed them so high that they've been forced into either trying to force the ball a bit too much or going for the long ball. And either way, they either get into a good attacking position or they lose out, but they don't hold on to it for very long either way. No. So what we're seeing is Ajax actually having a lot of the ball, Brighton not really touching it tonight. And I think that Zerbi, despite the fact they're a goal to the good, will have a lot of frustrations because this hasn't been a good first half performance for the Seagulls. No. Ajax have actually, I would argue, been the more impressive team.
Yeah.
Dunk. But at the end of the day, this is a results business. Brighton finished the chance they got. Ajax haven't really created any chances despite their control of the ball. So, yeah, Veltman trying to head it forwards. Brilliant that from Billy Gilmore. And he's not able to keep that in play, though. And that's going to be a Brighton throw on the near side. Gilmore disagrees with that call.
That was a close one. I think he did well to attempt to keep it in. But I don't think John Van Schip can be too annoyed with what he's saying.
No. I thought I'd be relatively pleased if I was an Ajax fan.
They won 2 games. Brighton have rocked up here. They've shown a good account of themselves so far, Ajax, and they're all
How do you say that? Harto with a sloppy touch.
That's what cost them first goal. With Voss making a poor pass with another sloppy touch there. That's what's letting Brighton into this game. Is Ajax's lack of accuracy.
Yeah, Veltman, Adingra, Veltman, Adingra, Veltman again.
Go on, give it to Adingra.
Goes back to Van Hecker. And now it's with Verbruggen. Completely blanked on the Brighton goalkeeper's name there. Sends it long. Mitoma isn't going to win that aerial battle. That's been the big difference today as well, that Kawara Mitoma's not got in the game. Devon Wrench done an absolute number on him at right centre-half today. But also a credit to Guy, who's really kept him out of the game as well. And forced him to defend at times by getting so high up the field. So it's been really positive from Ajax. There's actually some really strong core sentiments here to their performance. That's really composed from Guy. He knocks it inside. Kleinson. I think if I was going to say that to predict another team to score in this half, it would be Ajax finding an equaliser before Brighton getting a second. Berghuis, he's made up a lot of ground, puts the ball in. Someone's got to be more assertive in getting on that ball. But now Brighton look to come the other way. Kawara Mitoma driving with the ball at his feet, as he loves to do. And Devon Wrench just trying to shuffle him wide. And now he steps in. Mitoma knocks it back. Dahoud, Gilmore. Dahoud again. Now Dunk. Also, thought we had a goal in the St Gilwar game there, but that's just been disallowed.
Nah. But yeah, no, better from Ajax again. Good chance there, just no one connected with the cross.
I've no idea what's happened I think they've just credited the goal to the wrong team because they've now given a goal to LASK. I don't think they've scored within seconds of a Union St Gilwar goal being disallowed.
Fair enough. Lot kicking off over there then.
Yeah. So it's 1-0 LASK in that game against Union St Gilloise.
That's an interesting game.
Sutalo.
Harto.
Yeah, two sides who aren't too familiar, I wouldn't say, with European football. LSK usually, I mean, they never really get to Champions League because how can they ever beat the Salzburg machine?
Yeah.
But yeah, they do tend to be playing Europa League qualifiers and stuff this year, getting to the group stage. But yeah, I mean, win tonight could do wonders for them as they're 1-0 up now against Union Saint-Gilloise.
Yeah.
That means that that's their first 3 points of a group consisting of Liverpool and Toulouse. And João Pedro just ran into Ramai there and conceded a free kick. And then gone down. I don't really know why he just decided to run into the goalkeeper there. He's hurt himself and conceded a free kick, and it was offside.
So many reasons to not run into the goalkeeper.
He's just given himself a rib injury. Yeah, the elbow there of Ramai just crushing almost his ribs as he runs into the keeper.
Yeah, might be alright. He's kind of lying on the floor, his hands out. There we go. He's sat back up again. And then one more stage and he'll be back on his feet. Dahoud and Gilmore get instructions from Zerbi. Who we want.
That's understandable because the midfield control hasn't been there.
Who you want them to get on the ball.
A core principle of the Zerbi system is that the midfield controls the game. It doesn't really allow this sloppiness, yet it's been too easy for Ajax.
Yeah.
Heinzen's had a lot of time and space, and actually I think somebody who's a bit more composed in that role, a bit more experienced, mature, would be getting some shots off. I think Voss hasn't really, other than the mistake, hasn't really been under a lot of pressure. And then, who else in the midfield? Kenneth Taylor. Taylor's been finding so much space. So they have got a man advantage in their Ajax, but they're really making it look like it's two. Adingra, Veltman, back to Simon Adingra. Now Pedro, can he cross it in? It's a low ball, and that's hacked away by Devin Wrench. He's been a big difference maker as well tonight, Devin Wrench. Just looks a lot more assured there at centre-half, and Harto at left-back, with the freedom to push forward, has actually looked a lot more composed and a lot calmer. And that ball's gone all the way along the pitch, up the pitch, and Berghuis almost getting there, headed out by Dunk. Berghuis is annoyed by something there, yeah.
For his push on Dunk. He did push Dunk, I think. No, great ball. We said about Ramai's distribution.
Fantastic distribution from Ramai.
And
a little nudge there from Berghuis. Didn't feel necessary. Yeah, it's the two hands there that caused the issue. Yeah. As I say, didn't feel necessary. Duncan knows what he's doing there. He feels the two hands. Now he can go down. And
he's making that obvious. He looked at him and
shoulder barge, and it doesn't come off, then a bit embarrassing, but you move on.
Oh,
Kleinson catches Billy Gilmore out in the midfield.
Oh, wow. Speaking of sloppy.
Not great. Sorry, that's Kenneth Taylor. He did really well to win it back. Highly rated young player, Taylor. But yeah, he tried to fizz it instantly to a teammate, knowing he wouldn't have a load of time to find the right pass.
Yeah.
But he had a bit more time than what he gave himself there. So, Bart Verbruggen now. And it's with Dunk. And gives it to the left back, Gruss. And he's played it to Mitema. And Mitema has got the other side of Voss here, and Guy's been caught out. Yeah, it's now recovering. Fati, Gilmore, Pedro, Gilmore, and it's cut out by Kleinson. Now it's Dahoud, Veltman. Adingra. Has he got the beating of Harto? That's fantastic defending from Harto. He's been one of the players I've been very, very impressed with in this Ajax time. Both times we've watched him.
Yeah.
For a 17-year-old, he is incredible. And yeah, now Joseph Sutalo. Ramai. Guy. Kleinson. Berghuis. And that's a bit of a wayward pass there.
Yeah.
Kleinson now trying to find Berghuis again. Smashed back to Verbruggen by Dunk. One thing I did see, speaking of Bear Vane on the other side of the pitch, linked to the move to Saudi in January.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Seems like
especially given Ajax's tribulations this season. But what is it that Ajax really need to make this team tick?
Everything. A
bit more. Well, I'm not sure it's everything. There's definitely some really positive signs.
Is a huge thing, I think.
Yeah.
Especially defensively. There's not a Veltman or a Blind in there anymore. It's a very, very young defence.
There's a goal in Maccabi Haifa versus Villarreal, but it's not the way you'd expect it. Maccabi Haifa, a goal to the good, despite having just 36% of the ball to 64% of the ball, and registering just 2 shots on target to 5, and the match momentum graph looking more like a one-coloured colour chart. In fact, I don't think there's any Maccabi Haifa on there. Well, they've managed to score against the run of play.
Wow, big goal for them.
Abilite
To give them a very slim chance of qualifying.
Right, put them on 4 points level with Villarreal.
Wow, that's mental, that.
Yeah. Here's Ramai.
Take his time. Again, he could use up all the time he's been
Lifting
around.
it towards Taylor. Nice flick. Robbie flicks it on again. Now Heinsohn lifts it out wide. Good stuff this from Brighton. Gross has to try and stop Berghuis. Berghuis, Guy, options in the box. Plays it to Heinsohn. Taylor.
Oh, Taylor didn't know that he was going to get it.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to go for his leg.
Too close.
No, the Johan Cruyff Arena erupts there in a flash of frustration.
Yeah, Taylor didn't realise that Heinsohn was going to let it run. So when the ball came to it, hit his ankle and rolled away.
Sutalo, Harto plays it into Bervain.
Again, it's another chance that Ajax didn't take advantage of. I mean, the rest just go double check it, but yeah, no, play on. Way too close to his body. No, look at it. Yeah, way too close.
Yeah. Definitely strikes the arm of Pascal Gross, but it's not intentional. His arm's tucked in. Don't see any fault with that.
That's exactly what the rest said. Well, screaming no.
Given UEFA's other penalty decisions in Manchester United Copenhagen yesterday, wouldn't be awfully surprised.
Very interesting that, and the red card.
Yeah. Sutalo.
So still 14 minutes left in this first half.
Now Harto. Back to Ramai. Thanks everyone that's tuned in so far. Make sure to have your say in the live chat if you're watching along. Give us your thoughts on the game so far. And a red card for Ren. Despite being 1 goal to the good against Panathinaikos, they're now down at 2-10.
That's not great.
So that's Ren down to 10.
That rhymes.
Well done. Ramai.
Go me.
Guy. Now Heinsohn.
On the charge.
Robbie holds it up well again.
That's
clumsy from Dunk, but again avoids any sort of
I tell you what, that was
penalty. Doesn't
clumsy.
avoid a penalty there. I feel he's put himself in. The problem is there he's given the ref a decision to make, so he's risked it a lot there.
And there is a yellow card.
And it's brandished to João Pedro
for smacking someone in the face as he ran over boy. Ball, not boy.
Kenneth Payer's just questioning whether that could have been a penalty at the other end.
I'm sure they'll have a look as well.
On Brian Brobby.
This was the yellow card. Yeah, Pedro just used his arm to smack the face of, is it Berghuis? This is Van Hecker on Brobby.
It's then Dunk who comes... Thing is, he does win the ball first. And nah, not quite sure.
No,
it's very clumsy.
It's a tangle of legs, but
it's very clumsy.
Nothing there. If anything, to be fair, it doesn't actually look like Brobby falls over Dunk's sake rather than Dunk tripping up Brobby.
As a penalty as well that Ren conceded, that has now gone in. So it's Ren 1, Panathinaikos 1.
Wow, that is not what they wanted at all. But according to Ajax, chance for them to get 11 in this game. They've played well tonight. They've been the better side for me in these first 33 minutes, and they've got it's just that final third area they are struggling in, but a corner, I mean, it automatically puts them in the final third, so that's a bit of a bonus. So they can convert it.
Roll in from Berghuis, and it's headed away by Jan-Paul Van Hecker. Now Ansu Fati, and it's won back by Taylor. Ball up into the air. Van Hecker heads it away uncontested. Now Gross. Dunk. Into Fati, and they've lost it. Now here come Brighton. João Pedro. Brighton with numbers flooding forwards. Pedro, still João Pedro.
Wow.
But that's a shot that leaves a lot to be desired.
On his weaker side, I think he was hoping for a run down the right. There was just nobody there. I don't know where the right fielder was. Dingra, he cut in. But he needs something right. Cuts onto his left, chooses to shoot. And I mean, well,
not great.
Passed.
Yeah.
That's
and he's
closer to Brighton than the actual goal.
And just confirmation there of João Pedro's yellow card. Guy. Sutalo. Now Hato. That ball forwards looking for Brian Brobby. And he does super well there to win back, to hold on to the ball and then win it back when challenged by Gilmore.
Oh, brilliant as well.
Wrench. We've also got a big shock in France. It's Toulouse 1, Liverpool 0. Berghuis, Kleinson in the pocket. Wrench, good chance for Ajax. Back out wide. Guy, Berghuis, space and time to cross it. Delivers it towards the back post. Bervain swings a late foot at it, but it hasn't come off.
Yeah, Hyson just rushed it over to Wrench when Wrench did not want that ball. He was not ready to receive it.
Donham with the goal for Toulouse. It ultimately won't matter too much. Liverpool would still be through if LASK takes out this victory.
Chubrakpon warming up. I doubt there'll be any changes in this first half though. Verbruggen just stand on the ball. Dunk, put under pressure. Ajax trying to box Brighton in, and they have not played out. Oh, that's soft. That's soft. I think Brighton got lucky there. I think it was Gilmore dispossessed on the edge of his area and the rest given a free kick. But I don't think there's... Sorry, it was... where is it? Ansu Fati. I don't think that's a free kick. I think he's got lucky there. Voss as well.
Also, it's just been announced, by the way, that the Premier League and TNT have struck a brand new deal, which means that body cams will be worn by one player for each team in Tottenham's trip to Wolves on Saturday. Only during the warm-up, though.
Yeah.
So, point. If you want to watch Son jump up with some cones, there you go. It's your lucky day.
What is I going to achieve watching that?
Son to look at in the warm-up. I feel like they could put it on the ref.
Yeah.
It would be quite amusing to see his angle.
Also, they put a mic on it.
PGMO would never allow that.
Yeah, no.
Taylor, Kleinson.
But would record them secretly.
I mean, even the camera.
Good point.
Berghuis. Now Kawari Mitama trying to get around Kleinson. Kleinson kicks it out.
Yeah, Ajax, I feel like that they'll be disappointed with the fact they're not getting anything out of this game at the moment because they're putting in a good performance.
Yeah, 100%.
8 minutes to go to half time. They were hoping to try and get something.
I could still see Ajax getting a goal in this first half, I have to say. I
think Brighton can count themselves lucky that one opportunity they got given to them, they took it well.
But that's the nature, isn't it, of this Brighton team. A very, very good attacking outfit. I think this season they've not looked great defensively. I was looking at some stats the other day that suggest that Brighton actually rank in the top 3 for attacking sides in the Premier League, but actually looking more to like 12th in terms of defensive numbers.
The goals conceded, I think, was looking at like 6th most in the league.
They've shipped a lot of goals this season, Brighton, but they haven't shipped any today. Simon Adingra tries to beat Hato, couldn't quite manage it. Veltman.
I think they've shipped 20 compared to Sheffield United, who are top on 30.
Gilmore.
Which says a lot about Sheffield United.
Yeah, obviously there's other statistics too.
Yeah.
Analysed other than just goals conceded, but it doesn't show up great for Brighton, who have been on the end of a few hidings.
Yeah.
And even the games they win, it tends to be 3-1. Well, exactly, they'd be level if it weren't for Sheffield United conceding 8 against Newcastle.
Yeah.
Brighton beat Newcastle 3-0, so yeah.
And lost 600. No, doesn't make sense. Don't make sense.
Dunk. Dahoud. Yeah, lost 600 Villa, who then lost 2-0 to Forest. Premier League doesn't add up. Ball through for Brighton. That's found Adingra, but what a tackle from Josip Sutalo. No idea. Magic.
Pedro's through, and then suddenly Pedro's running without the ball. And
just summoned it back to him.
Caught it on a fishing rod. That's really weird.
What a brilliant analogy. Verve. Sorry, you have Brobby. Brobby's been so good, I have to say, tonight. He's held up the ball excellent.
That's what I think he'd have done exactly the same in the first game. They actually got the ball to him.
Guy. Yeah, ball into feet's worked really well there.
Great run.
Yeah, now
Not a
Taylor
great
can't
pass.
quite get there in front of Van Hecker. Voss picks it up. And Miedema puts in a sliding tackle.
Wow.
I've not seen Kwara Miedema often have to get stuck
You
in.
can write a thesis on that now.
Veltman in trouble here as Fairbairn puts the pressure on.
He put pressure on and just died.
I think he caught a finger to the
That's
face
a loose pass.
and died. Josip Sutalo.
Berghuis going one way, going the other. Sutalo.
Voss. Sutalo.
It's knocking the ball around well.
Harto moves it out wide. Here's Taylor, who's created the angle and can take the ball now. Lifts it into a great area. Fantastic range of passing that lad's got. Robbie holds up magnificently.
Right,
Voss.
Berghuis was open.
Sutalo. And he finds Berghuis in a pocket of space. Guy. Now it's with Sutalo, Harto. Options inside. But you see, it's really interesting to see Devon Wrench playing this libero role. Very similar to the role that John Stones plays for City, just pushing up into midfield from centre half. But yeah. I wonder where Van Schip got that one from.
And that's what he's done. He's right on Alex got right.
We're going to play like Pep.
Yeah, check his game.
That'll do, won't it?
How to win the league. It's just Pep Guardio's masterclass.
Look at that.
Or maybe
FM tactics.
he's watched the Nathan Jones masterclass on how to beat Man City.
Maybe it was that. But yeah. Here's Van Hecker. And I thought, well, I'll just play the opposite then, because then only Nathan Jones can beat me.
Yeah.
João Pedro. A Dingra, and that's straight to the face of Harto. Firms
a
it.
lucky block. Because that ball really should have got over his head and Brighton for on goal.
Yeah, João Pedro was left.
And now Lewis dunks down for Brighton.
And this is worrying. Obviously, Brighton play a very aggressive system, which requires their players to be very fit. And, well, it seems to be causing some injury problems for certain individuals. We've already had Milner go off. Dunk now struggling, and it seems to be some sort of thigh problem. Or either that or he's lost half of his shorts. You can see there, he just feels it twinge.
They're two experienced players now who have injured themselves stretching for the football.
Also, Villarreal, I wasn't going to comment on this, but we need to. They have had a penalty in the 36th minute that was missed. The decision was then to retake it.
Yeah, let me guess. Missed
again. So Sorloth took the first, missed it. Manuel Trigueros has then stepped up and missed that as well.
Wow. Any more chances do you want? Yeah, Dingra getting the assist for that fatty goal, and it's a really nice finish for a man that is in red hot form in the blue and white shirt. And I think he'll be very happy. You know, it's not a move anyone would have expected a couple of years ago to see Ansu Fati at Brighton, but he is loving it. I'm sure the Brighton fans are too. Dunk is now off the pitch.
He's done really well.
I don't know if he's going to come back. I think he's going to come back on. Doesn't look like they're going to make a change. They were. I think they've got Hinshelwood on the bench. They've got Webster as well.
Hinshelwood, I guess he can play centre half. He's more of a
I thought he was a centre
midfielder.
half. Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe so.
I swear he's a centre half. Got him on FM. I had him on FM at Rocket. I was just playing in the wrong position.
Jack Hinshelwood is apparently a right back.
Oh, neither then.
So, neither of us correct. I am telling you, I've used Brighton on this year's version of Football Manager, and I did play him at defensive midfielder.
So kind of in between the four positions we've all named.
The only Premier League game he's played this season was the game against Aston Villa, and he played middle midfield in that game.
Right.
He got a 4.9 rating.
Maybe he should never play midfielder.
Only worsened by Steele in the 4.4. In goal. But when you ship 6, that is the nature of it.
Yeah.
Harto. Now, Ramai.
Only 30 seconds after the 45. I'm not
Listen forward, Gilmore heading it out of the air. Here's Kawara Miedema. Little head down into João Pedro. Miedema flicks on. And then Harto.
Top of the run.
Harto realised it wasn't going to run. Spun Kwaramitama. Usually it's the way around.
Could have come out and got it.
Here's Simon Adingra. Ball in. Kwaramitama is such.
Good defendant.
Gets away from him and Ajax can clear it away. Robbie has sent Van Hecker into another dimension there, and the ref thinks it's a foul. That's just physicality. And there will be 3 more minutes of additional time. That's a silly one.
Yeah.
That's a really silly one.
That's from a referee in a game, Brian Robbie.
Robbie uses his physicality to his advantage there. Van Hecker goes down softly, and the refs decided that's a free kick. Play on.
Yeah.
Because if they score there, then you can always come back and have a look on VAR.
Yeah.
Didn't look like a foul to me. Adingra. Fatty. Adingra. Takes a shot. Save from Ramai. And well, there was some fireworks set off outside trying to celebrate a goal, but it's not gone in. I'm guessing I said they're a little bit late to Guy Fawkes night.
Just setting the mickey, isn't it?
Remember, the 9th of November now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
A random Thursday.
It's just a random Thursday. But yeah. Free kick now. Oh, sorry, corner now for Brighton.
A big kick in the teeth for Ajax because they're in the better side.
Gross. And an overhead kick attempt from João Pedro that has not come off. Guy tries to turn Mitoma and he's, well, drawn a foul at least. Pulled down by Kawari Mitoma.
Yeah, halfway through the additional time, Ajax, they would have hoped to get a goal in this first half. It looks unlikely now.
Sutalo.
The one picking up the same performance.
Flicked, headed back by Dunk, and then Van Hecker nods it home. And Bart Verbrugge may well just run down the last 75 seconds here with the ball at his feet. Now he's showing off some skills, like when you're winning on FIFA.
Yeah.
Just go back to your keeper.
Good tackle.
But that has found Dahoud. Pedro. Gilmore. Veltman. Nice football this as they move up the field. Here's Adingra. Skips past Bervane. It was a half-assed challenge from the ex-Tottenham player. And that's a good block from Harto to stop the ball coming into the box. And it's a corner now.
Zerbi really not happy. Talking back to his coaching staff from the touchline. Very animated.
Gary says Luis Diaz's father has been freed. Yeah, I saw this about an hour ago now. Fantastic to see the great news that he has been released. So, yeah, lovely to see.
Yeah. Liverpool, though, not having a great night so far in France.
No, not at all. 1-0 down as half-time approaches soon. 1 goal in that game, though, so it can all change very quickly. Now, Gary, have you been watching tonight's game? Or have you been I don't know what you've been watching, but give us it. Talk to us, basically. Say something. Yeah. But yeah, almost half-time here then. They've already gone over the 3 additional, but I think they'll allow this corner to be taken. But Ajax will be annoyed if this goes in for Brighton. Gross. And it's struck the hand of Pedro and been given a free kick against Jan-Paul Van Hecker. So Brighton will kick it long. Ajax will kick it long, so I imagine the ref will blow his whistle after that. And there we go. Doesn't even allow him to kick it long. It's half time here at the Johan Cruyff Arena. Ajax 0, Brighton 1. A goal from Ansu Fati. A well taken, composed finish from the Barcelona loanee as the only difference maker in this first 45. An exciting 45. Hopefully the next 45 is equally good. But that's everything from the first half. A good first 45.
Yeah, it was all right.
I said 45 a lot, but there we go.
Yeah, it was well contested. I think it was a good game. I feel like Ajax will feel quite hard done by the fact they are 1-0 down this game, but it is just that sloppiness that has let them down a little bit going forward and defensively, and that is why Brighton have the lead. It was a well taken goal, pouncing on the error. But apart from that, I think Ajax have been the better side. They'll feel like they should be ahead, if not at least level. To find themselves 1-0 down will be discouraging, but I think what was encouraging is the performance they've put on.
Yeah, fair enough. Best result of the day, indeed it is, Gary. Gary says, I'm actually going to go to bed, lol. 2:30 a.m. here. Completely fine,
Yeah,
Gary.
right.
Wish I could hang around. Thanks to the first half stream. Catch this weekend of your streaming. Yes, we are live at 4:30.
4:15. Yeah,
4:15 for Chelsea vs Manchester City on Sunday. So if you want to watch us cry for 2 hours, then tune in. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, please do.
But yeah, that's on Sunday. Thanks, Gary, for tuning in at 2:30. And yeah, appreciate your support.
Crazy,
and on your way out, make sure to share it with everyone you know that it is a normal time for, so they can watch us. But yeah, thank you for tuning in for the first half. Anyway, what do you want to touch on?
I don't know. I think Brian Brobby's done well. I'll tell you that. I think that's one man I had to single out who's changed their performance from the first leg to the second. It's definitely him. He was non-existent in the not first leg in the fixture a few weeks ago, but he has been well involved tonight, being very physical, very strong, holding the ball up. Sometimes a bit over aggressive. Sometimes I think the referee has done him, has pulled him up for ones that aren't really fouls that he can't really help. And he can't help the fact he's like bigger than most of the players on the pitch.
Yeah, he's given Jan-Paul Van Hecke a lot of problems. It's a good experience, I think, for the young centre half to obviously play against a player with such physicality. Yeah. Very unique player in that sense, and I do think it's going to be. It's been an interesting battle so far. That battle should range on through the rest of this. Yeah. Through the rest of this game, and it's good for him to get experience of that, of course. But yeah, it's a difficult challenge. Brian Brobby's been very good. I think if he could just shift it better, move it to someone a bit quicker, that could be very successful. But yeah, overall, very positive signs so far for Ajax. But it's not really materialised into anything.
No.
What Bryce said, Brobby's done really well. Midfield have actually done really well. They've not really got the wingers into the game enough, I wouldn't say. Berghuis, Bergwijn, quite quiet. Do you think they need rotation there? Or is it about just trying to encourage them, moving the ball to them sooner and more often?
And when they have had the chances, they haven't been... it's been very sloppy. Like, we've seen them getting good positions, and they'll just kick the ball at their teammate, and their team's like, well, I didn't want that.
Yeah.
And, the pass won't come off. They'll miss it, and it'll run through to the Brighton centre half. So they cut out the errors, cut out the sloppiness. I think they'll be right in this game, but if they keep passing it to the wrong colour, if they keep giving the ball away cheaply, then they won't find a way back in this game.
Yeah, indeed. But it's going to be interesting to see how where this game goes from here. Of course, Ajax do have players that could change the game. Chuba Akpom has come on in the last 10, 20 minutes in both the last two games and notched up 3 goals in those 2 matches. In fact, he's played just 28 minutes combined in those 2 games. So he could come on and make a difference, of course. Probably playing in that attacking midfield role or as the striker. So he could come and make a difference, but you wouldn't imagine to see him until around 70 minutes. So the other wingers, could we see Carlos Borges potentially?
Maybe
on that
he was
side?
really poor.
He's struggled in that game. Clearly not ready for this much exposure to senior football, but
I think they've just got to keep doing what they're doing, but test for Bruggen. They've had a few shots and he's had to make good saves. And I think we know if you keep testing him, he will crack. He is prone to making an error or not making a save when he needs to. So keep getting the shots away because they're getting in good positions. They've just got to use it more. Definitely
couldn't agree more there. Really, it's been as you say, Heinsohn had a good effort on goal, but other than that, not enough shots away, and that's been their limiting factor so far. But for Brighton, it's been not vintage, but it's been good enough so far. They've not really allowed too many clear-cut chances for Ajax, if any, but they haven't had control of the game. The goal they scored, I wouldn't say it's fortunate, but it didn't come from their positive play. It came from the very good pressing, which it's good to see. We know how good Brighton are with their pressing. They pressed well, they won the ball, and it was a quick exchange of passes, and suddenly Fati pushed the ball out of his feet between the 2 defenders and finished it well.
Yeah, but I think there's one man that knows that they need to improve. It will be Robert Zerbi, and he'll make sure of that in his half-time team talk right now. Yeah. Because I don't think he'll be very happy, despite the fact they're winning.
No, because he strives for control, and that's not what this game's had so far. Ajax have definitely arguably Ajax have had the control. Brighton haven't really been able to get on the ball as much. And well, chat's fairly split at the moment. Poll in chat, 46% Ajax, 46% Brighton, 8% going for a draw. So really nobody knows, there's no defined or clear idea of who's going to win this game. But yeah, interesting to see. Of course, if you haven't voted in that poll already, make sure to do so. And if you are tuning in and haven't said anything in chat, please say hi and give your thoughts on that first 45.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else? Anything else to touch on?
I mean, the stats don't really show us much. To be fair, they're all pretty even.
Yeah, 46% possession for Brighton, 54% for Ajax. Ajax only 0.04 XG so far, a 0.51 XG for Brighton. A lot of that will be that Ansu Fati chance. But yeah, Brighton haven't really had much of the match momentum either. So very even on shots, 3-2, both with 2 on target as well. But yeah, they've certainly not wasted shots. Ajax, all of them have been on target. They've just not really looked like they were going to go in.
Yeah, no, they need to. I think they will though. They keep testing for Bruggen. They keep creating chances. They will get into this game.
Yeah.
But they can't afford to let the standards slip because they've done well so far. Yeah,
as it stands, Brighton would guarantee moving themselves into a qualification spot, but and they will be top if Marseille lose later tonight, or if there's a draw.
Yeah, I don't think anything.
It's getting a goal again here, and it's the press again from Ajax. They got 6 players in the Ajax half. Fantastic pressing from Brighton. Adingra plays into Fati, who knows the space he wants to drive into. Push the ball out of his feet well, drives into it. And it's a really nice finish actually from Fati. Really composed, and he doesn't need to blast it past the keeper here, and he knows that. And he side foots it home. It's not even that convincing a shot. He pretty much passes it past the goalkeeper. And yeah, good finish from Fati. Well taken goal. And that's the only reason it's not 0-0 now.
Yeah, no. And I think the only other thing, the couple penalty calls Ajax have had, definitely not penalties. They're all soft ones. They weren't, there's 2 handballs and the Brobby one. Nothing in them. Nothing in either of them. I had a quick look at all 3. Nothing in them. The checks were probably 5 seconds or less.
Yeah, I didn't see anything to be fair in any of those. So yeah, I think it'll be harsh if those were given. Yeah, if those were given as penalties, but yeah.
Hopefully the second half keeps up and gives us another good 45 minutes of exciting football.
It's been an enjoyable game so far, and as you say, hopefully that keeps up. But yeah, what do Ajax need to do then better to get into this game to turn this game on its head?
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what we said. They've got to start getting the shots away, just cut out the sloppiness and just keep doing what they're doing, because then they're not playing badly. It's just when they get in front and goal, it's either a misplaced pass or just not getting the shot away. Get the shot off, cut out the slottiness, play the football. Yeah,
do you think we could see some substitutions as well?
Maybe, yeah. Akpom is an opportunity, I think.
Good to see Akpom on for Heinsohn, just change it up in an attacking midfielder. Rowan Akpom, I think, would be encouraged to shoot a bit more potentially.
But I do think they've looked much stronger defensively, and Devin Wrench has done well tonight. He's had a good performance. So Ajax, I don't think they deserve to be 1 goal down. Brighton can count themselves a little bit fortunate.
Yeah, I agree there. They've not really done enough yet, Ajax, to assert themselves in this game. And actually, if Ajax pick up the level a notch, then who's to say that they can't can't go on and actually take the ascendancy in this game? So it's going to be interesting. Yellowstone just saying good evening, just stopping by. Thank you, Yellowstone, for hopping in for a moment, and good to see you, mate. But yeah. It's been a good first half of what should be a very exciting game.
What's causing the other games?
The second half. Good idea. In the other games, there's not too many early kickoffs, but we do have a couple towards the end of the groups. So Karabag Leverkusen is 0-0. Leverkusen not really able to have an impact on the Zerbi champions. In Group G, both games are kicked off so far. Roma have been held 0-0 at half-time by Slavia Prague. Well, Sheriff, I'm going to get it without having a look. Moldovan.
I
believe they're Moldovan. Moldovan, come on. Moldovan champions lead Servette by 1-0 thanks to an own goal from the Austrian side's defender. In terms of Group F, it's 1-0 Maccabi Haifa thanks to Abdullah Sek's goal. Of course, Villarreal missing 2 penalties though. And Rennes a goal apiece with Panathinaikos. They scored early on through Ryder, but a red card for Yenual Belocian. And that has conceded a penalty, which was tucked away by Fotis Ioannidis. Then in Group E, the only other group going on right now, Toulouse lead Liverpool by a 0-0. And LASK are 2-up against Union St Gilloise. Maxim Talaviorov with that goal, and Sasha Horvath with a penalty that put them ahead.
Conference League, any games?
I believe there may be some. Let's have a look. Yes, there is a few games. Nordjylland are 1-up against Spartak Trnava in Ingvartsen with a penalty in that game. A lot of pens tonight.
Yeah.
PAOK Thessaloniki are level with Aberdeen, 1 apiece. Tyson with the goal for PAOK. I don't think that's a Tyson we're thinking of. And then Duke with the goal for Aberdeen. I think his name may have been Dick, and he just said it wrong on the day. And so now it's just Duke, D-U-K. So that's fun. Frankfurt are a goal up against HJK. I believe that's Helsinki of Finland. They are a goal down. Ferris Chaby, former Toulouse player, with a goal for Frankfurt. Yeah. In Group F, it's Genk 0, Ferencváros 0, but Fiorentina do lead Kukarici by a 0-0. In Group E, Aston Villa's group, Legia Warsaw are 2-0 up against the Zrinki Monster. It is Rafał Augustiniak and Jose with those goals. Zrinski Mostar, bottom of the group, yet to... Well, they have won one game, actually Alkmaar below them. Yeah. Shocking. Bodo/Glimt are a goal up against a Besiktas side, which features talents like Eric Bailly, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Jedson Fernandez, Cenk Tosun, Milo Rashica, Daniel Amati, and others. Ante Rebic on the bench, and they are missing Artem Masuaku, big miss that, and Boubacar. No. But they're a goal down. Probably why. They're a Boubacar, they'll be 8-0 up.
They would be.
And then in Group C, Astana versus Balkani has already finished. Of course, that is in Kazakhstan, so they have to play that earlier. If not, it would be very dark, and nobody would be able to watch it. Plzeň 1 goal up against Dinamo Zagreb. Thomas Chori with that one, and that rounds off all the goals in these early kickoffs.
Like in Kazakhstan, if it gets too late, it just goes dark.
It's just suddenly dark. Yeah.
In floodlights don't work. It's just...
But yeah, if you are just hopping in at half time, the second half is about to get underway. Please do give your thoughts on the first 45 if you did watch it. We'll be getting underway for the second half very shortly.
Stop watching Peter Crouch.
Show after the robot.
After the robot and motorway advert. Here we are. Should be kicking off. We can see any changes for either side. I doubt it, but who knows? That's Unai Emery.
I was going to say, I don't think he's coming on. Change of manager.
That's him arriving at Villa Park.
Ajax have just done a little sub.
Yeah.
And Villa welcoming Alkmaar to Villa Park tonight should be a victory, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they won the away leg after going behind. Should be a convincing win at home though for Villa. There
is a change. That is Chuba Akpom. So very impressed by his recent performance. There's a change for Ajax for Brighton as well. So Lewis Dunk's injury have meant that he has to leave the field. Igor coming on. We're not seeing a lot of the Fiorentina signing, but evidently we do like his name. And Chuba Akpom on, and I believe he is in place of the youngster Heinsohn. So, yeah, potentially a little bit more goal threat then for Ajax, bringing Chuba Akpom on in that attacking midfielder role. So,
good call, I think.
A defensive change for Brighton and an offensive change for Ajax. Which of those will come out on top? Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Ajax ready to get started here in the second half here in Amsterdam. The referee just checking literally everything possible while the team's a bit. But now we get underway. Ball knocked back. And we're underway for the second 45. But it looks like Heinsohn's still on the field. I think it is Kenneth Taylor that's made way then for Chuba Akpom. So a big call that from the new manager, Van Tiship, to sub off the homegrown youngster, Kenneth Taylor. Highly rated prospect in favour of Chuba Akpom. Igor there, his first touch of the ball, a header across to Veltman. Veltman goes long.
First appearance in a Brighton shirt.
For Igor? I'm not sure. Potentially. I can have a look, actually.
Might come on as a sub at Spurs in other games, but I don't think
I've not seen him.
No.
Let's have a look. He's actually made 4 Premier League appearances, with 3 of which being starts.
Where?
And 6 total appearances. As he's also started one Europa League match. And
Ball in.
Oh, no.
I haven't moved his head.
That's it. I don't know where he got the other appearance. Maybe the cup. Yeah, he played in the FL Cup as well.
I don't know what.
He didn't play. He got a minute against Everton. Then he was subbed off. No, I think I was subbed on for a minute. Did just do horrifically in the first minute. He played the full game against Fulham on the 29th.
Right.
He played a full game against Man City. Full game, 60 minutes against Liverpool. Full game against Chelsea in the Cup. Full game against Athens in the Europa League.
Wow, I did not know.
That's a summary of his appearances. They have all been recent, to be fair.
Yeah.
And yeah. Well, you expect him to get a bit more game time with a potential injury for Lewis Dunk. João Pedro on the ball now, tries to feed for Ansu Fati. Again, though, Josip Sutalo, he's made some big tackles tonight, and that's another one.
It was quality at the Amex. He's been quality tonight.
Smart from Zerbi as well to not waste a stoppage.
Yeah.
On making a substitution.
That was clearly right to make it to the half, but at half time, might as well not risk it.
Yeah. Fati. Pedro, and he's just glided past one there. And Wrench putting a tackle. And ball out wide now with Kawaro Mitoma. Gruss now a 1-2 with Pedro. Back into the feet of Pedro. Turns Wrench. And he does draw a foul, but the referee waves advantage. Here's Gruss. Now Igor. I feel like you have to say his name like he's a 90s superhero every time.
Superman and Igor.
Is it? Yeah, Igor, isn't it? But yeah.
He's that.
We do now see Kenneth Taylor returning to the bench, so perhaps he was a bit frustrated. I know he does look to be feeling some sort of pain. He winced as he sat down there, so
maybe it's just
maybe he was knackered. But
exhaling.
I mean, it would be a bit of a harsh substitution if he isn't feeling any sort of discomfort.
But Akpom, very good player.
Igor, Dahoud. And he holds onto the ball well. Now Billy Gilmore. Gilmore into the feet of Pedro. Pedro tries to push out his feet and get going, but he can't. Chuba Akpom loses possession. Berghuis fighting for it. Falls to Gruss, though. Gruss, Mitoma tries to play it back to Gruss. Good defending from Gaye, who's now looking to come forwards. Now it's with Berghuis. Berghuis switching the play. Brian Brobby chests it down. And other news and earthquakes just kicked off. Harto. A lovely drive inside. And now he switches the play. Gaye, players loading the box for what is a lacklustre delivery. Ball forward from Ajax. It's not really come off. And Slavia Prague taking advantage against Roma.
Wow.
Slavia Prague 1, Roma 0.
Oh, there's another player down here for Ajax.
That is Gaye, right? The right back.
Both teams being marred of injuries in this game. I was
going to say, yeah.
Fourth of the game.
Though he seems to be able to get to his feet here, helped up by Berghuis. That one, not a muscle injury, but a contact injury there. Mitoma just studs onto the ankle, no intention, and then again catching him on the follow through.
Oh my god, dear.
A bit clumsy from both players, really. No malice in it from Kawaro Mitoma.
A cold line up tonight.
A bit silly.
Go a bit numb.
Yes. Thank you, resident doctor. Here is Verbruggen.
Bad for service.
Great
bolt.
And Gaye there, forcing him down to the ground. And now here is Fati, Gilmore, Dahoud, Fati. Chests it well. Now moves it out wide. Simon Adingra. Options all around the young lad. But he's going to look to go it alone. Fantastic dribbling from him. Gives it into Pedro. Pedro out wide. Ball in to the box. It's headed away by Wrench. Only as far as Billy Gilmore. Slots it back into Adingra. Nice footwork. But he hasn't managed to get it out of control. And it's cleared away by Ajax and out for a Brighton throw on the far side. He looks so lively whenever I've watched him, Simon Adingra. A player I really look at. I mean, Brighton obviously did look at and found very exciting. But whenever I watch him, whenever I watch him, I'm really excited by how exciting his game is. But yeah. João Pedro. Lovely footwork from Pedro, and he's made up some space for a shot into the side netting.
Wow. That was good.
A venomous effort, but not quite on target. And
Soutalo still
He
holding
wriggled
it.
out of a tight space here. And then, as I say, fire one into the side netting. It looked like if he had got it on target, the Ramai had it covered, but not bad at all from the Brazilian. Now Soutalo finds Wrench. And Wrench so calm on the ball. Now shifts it out wide. Brighton making up some ground here. Bervain. Here's Heinsohn. Has he got the beating of Joel Veltman? Of course, former Ajax product, Joel Veltman. A player that was rumoured with a return to the club this summer. But ended up re-signing with Ajax after they let him go. Berghuis. Cuts inside and ends up losing possession as Igor steps up. Takes it past Berghuis. Now it's with Adingra. Gross. João Pedro. Now Pascal Gross. Adingra. Mitema. Adingra. Pedro. Adingra. Nice football from Brighton. Igor. Gilmour. Dahoud. Now with Adingra. And so space here for Simon Adingra. Shifts it out wide. Now a shot. And it's in. It's a good finish from the young lad. Simon Adingra. Brighton 2. Ajax 0. Lovely football from Brighton. And earlier Adingra sat up Fatty. Fatty repays him. And a good finish from Adingra.
Yeah, Ajax have just not come out the second half with anything they had in the first, and Brighton were in full control.
That's too easy, really, wasn't it, for Brighton? They just shifted it across the field. Couple passes, couple exchanges, moves it. Adingra finds a bit of space, enough time to take a shot, and he just finds the far point.
It's more disappointing faces for Ajax fans. They had a good first half, but really poor start to the second, and Brighton take full advantage. It's a great finish.
But it's Fatty's composure there and calm run, because he runs at the defenders, but he slows it down to allow players to rush around him. He sees the run of Adingra on the right, he finds him out with the pass, and it's a really nice finish from Simon Adingra, a young player with a lot of confidence.
Zerbi much happier with that one. And Brighton are in full control now, and it is a long way back for Ajax.
Yeah, that's a really nice exchange from Brighton. It's resulted in a good goal.
Ajax gone from 45 minutes of being in the game to having 7 completely out of it. And now the scoreline
forward
has them out of it.
Probably loses out. Now here is Soutalo. And he moves it out wide. Berghuis. Gaye, the touch sort of escapes him. And now Brighton can come forward. Kawaru Mitema. Now Dahoud. Yes, I'm saying it must hurt for Ajax fans to lose to Brighton 10 years ago. It would be unthinkable. Yeah. Indeed, Ajax slipped off, especially in this campaign. It's been a difficult season so far for Ajax. Brighton enjoying one of their most successful campaigns in their history. And a change for Ajax, Carlos Borges coming into the game then.
Interesting.
He does add a bit of an unknown factor, doesn't he, Carlos Borges? A very exciting player. Looks very raw, but he could be the difference maker here.
Yeah.
Definitely an exciting player.
Interesting to see, though, that Van der Ship, not Van Ship.
Or Van T Ship, I don't really know.
Immediately going to the bench as soon as they can see that second goal as a foul there, and probably
Gross call.
They rush saying calm down.
Yeah. Easterbourne to the stream. Super Seagulls. Yeah, they've been impressive this season. It weren't the best first half, I have to say, from Brighton. Ajax did pose them a few threats, but as we've seen this season time and time again, De Zerbi's adaptability this season has been a lot better. And maybe that's come with him having a bit more trust in his players to be able to change up things if it's not going well at half time. And yeah, they've just looked a better team in the second half. So
yeah, that first half was not great. They still led through it, but they've come out first 10 minutes this second half and they've looked brilliant.
It seems to be a much more attacking prerogative. Ansu Fati. Thought he might look to shoot. Here's Mahmoud Dahoud. Can he pick out the right pass? Goes to Mitema. Gilmour. Gross. Lovely flick round the corner. Who realises that Igor can get there. Perhaps the difference maker in the second half, Igor. The only sub at half time.
All him.
Yeah, welcome to the stream, by the way, Easterbourne. I believe it was your first time here. Welcome. The poll in chat, 17 votes then. Somehow it's gone up for Ajax. 47% think Ajax are going to win. 41% Brighton. 12% draw. Perhaps a few Ajax fans in chat then. Or Palace fans. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But 2-0 to lose as well. Thijs de Linger with that goal. Liverpool look to be on the end of a defeat.
Oh dear.
So that, I mean, they're still losing top of the group, 2 points ahead of Toulouse. It pretty much puts Toulouse through unless USG can mount a late start
as well for Ajax.
So yeah, Guy coming off. We saw him feeling some tenderness earlier. You imagine that'll be Wrench coming to right back. Then Harto will go to left centre half. Sutalo to right centre half, and Sosa in at left back. And then that is Heinsohn coming off, and Carlos Borges in place. So Berghuis will slot into the middle, and Borges out on this right hand side.
Just for communication for those positions to be swapped and moved around.
So yeah,
Ajax
only 2 personnel changes, but a lot of people moving positions to accommodate for them.
Between each team, some 5 subs in this game. The 56th minute. That's a lot.
And that's the end of Heinsohn's evening. He's a good player, Heinsohn, but as I say, with a lot of Ajax players, very raw.
Yeah.
But yeah, clearly the foundations of a good player, and if nurtured correctly, I think he could be very decent. Harto. Now Sutalo. The one interesting thing of this Ajax experiment, they've just bought loads of children. It's going to be interesting to see who comes through.
Yeah.
Who actually goes on to be an Ajax legend from this. Who gets culled in the years to come, who never really develops as expected.
No one would have guessed that, the likes of De Ligt and Dion would have been the ones when they first came up. It could have been any of the ones that came up.
To be fair, I think if anyone that watched them in the youth setup probably would have noticed that. But yeah.
But some of these players look really good in the youth setup, and they might not make it. They might go on to sign for Barcelona. Who knows?
Yeah. Adingra. Well, trying to come forwards now. Brighton gets one back by Bergwijn. Lovely footwork from Stephen Bergwijn. It's the first time he's touched the ball all evening, I think.
Rolling back the years.
And he is fouled. And Gilmore with no real prerogative to give that back. Brian probably ends up manhandling him to get the ball. And you go saying I expect to lose.
Well,
Good.
Liverpool will hope not to lose, but it looks like that's going to happen.
It looks like Liverpool are going to lose 2 to lose.
Yeah. By 2 goals.
Yeah. It's 2 for Toulouse, and it looks like Liverpool are going to lose 2 to lose.
Totally.
Anyway. In possession now, it's Ramai lifting it forwards. And Stu Brackpon can't get his head to that. Here's Billy Gilmore, knocks it back to Pascal Gross. Gross. Mitima. Gross. Now Igor. Looking for options, his dude.
He also got the captain's armband, Igor.
Interesting.
Good for him.
Yeah. Gross. Mitima tries to beat his man, but can't.
I thought he was going to absolutely send him.
I don't know whether he was perhaps the captain at
Fiorentina.
Yes, try to forget that. Brain fart. But yeah. Dude, Gilmore can't get past Berghuis in there. Now Dahoud moves it out wide. Pascal Gross, the touch escapes him, but he's managed to take it past Borges, and he slides in João Pedro, just about getting to the ball now, the Brazilian. Can he get around Yorel Harto? No, actually really good defending, but it is a corner.
Yeah, it does well in that tight area. João Pedro to get something
Again,
out.
I don't know how many times I can reiterate it. This Harto guy looks very, very good.
Yeah.
For a 17-year-old, very, very impressed. But, yeah.
Brighton fans are loving it up at the top of the Johan Cruyff.
Yeah. Enjoying their European journey.
I'm saying nice trip to Amsterdam.
And if they keep going as they are, then they'll be seeing this journey continue into the knockouts.
Yeah.
How far do you think this Brighton team can go?
All the way.
Fair enough.
All the way.
Ball in from Brighton. It's on the keeper and it almost catches Ramai out. Just about getting a hand to it.
I think the big thing, as we always say for teams in
really
the
smart.
League,
I think it's Gross just being switched on to the situation. Whereas the Ramai was off his line.
But, as we always say, it comes down to which teams get knocked down from the Europa League.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have one of PSG, Milan, Dortmund and Newcastle. I was actually saying to a mate today, my bold prediction is that PSG won't get through in the Champions League. Any reaction to that?
Oh no, I'm just thinking. I mean, Dortmund have won a few games now.
Dortmund top of the group now on 7. That's PSG 6, Milan 5, Newcastle bottom on 4 points. But yeah, I think one of those teams is obviously going to be a good shot. Obviously, Liverpool in the Europa League as well. It could be Man United. Probably Man United at this rate. Or they might not even get into the Europa League. Yeah. Quiet meter on the edge, and he doesn't strike that volley with much accuracy at all. But yeah, it's gonna be. I do agree that Brighton could go quite deep. I'm not sure they've got it in them to go all the way. I think, as you say, the competition coming down from the Champions League is going to be strong. I think Liverpool are going to go deep. I'd be very surprised if they don't win it, in actual fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brighton have definitely got a shot. I'm not denying that at all, but it's going to be difficult. Especially given I don't think they've got the depth fully to be able to compete on all fronts. So if you look at it now, if Milner is out, Purvis is Superman out as well, Gross is their starting left back. And that's not ideal, really. But
no.
I know they've got January where they could make some reinforcements, and I think they are going to need to sustain this level of performance, really. But yeah. That's off the field now for an Ajax throw. Wrench. Here's Sutalo. Now Hato. Yellowstone says Donham, I believe, is one of the goal scorers for Toulouse tonight. Donham scored for Toulouse. He played for my local team Vålerenga in Norway a few years ago. Remember for his tattoos and watches. Interesting knowledge. Thank you. But yeah, now he's scoring in Europa League against Liverpool.
Look at him go. Good for him.
Yeah.
Well, Ajax got a long way back in this game.
Yeah. I mean, if they'd like to get a goal, even if it's just for themselves, really, I know that won't have a huge impact on the game, but they've won one goal and they're right back in it, but that is a bit of a tough ask, especially if Ramai's trying to sabotage Fatty and it's wide. A really good bit of defending, actually, from Josip Sutalo to get a touch to that and knock it out for a corner. So and Rennes, despite being down a player, are now up a goal. Rennes 2, Panathinaikos 1, Ibrahim Salah with the goal.
A goal kick.
What?
It's been given a goal kick.
Oh.
Despite
Let's have a look. Right call, I think, potentially. I don't know.
That's a corner.
Okay.
Well, Coleman's watching.
Well, it makes sense, of course. The Dutch manager and the Dutch Andy Murray.
And the three blokes in front of look at me.
I'd be intrigued to see who he's watching tonight. Is Jan Paul van Hecker Dutch?
Yes. Yeah.
Back it.
Yeah, he is.
He is indeed. Fantastic shout. Joel Veltman, of course, as well. I can't imagine he's getting in the Dutch side anytime soon.
Robbie.
Bart Verbruggen, Dutch as well.
Oh, Bergo's all deflected. I think it's deflected of his own mate, wasn't it?
Of his own mate.
That's a corner.
I think you mean so, mate. But... yeah.
No, it's his mate.
To be fair, a lot of Dutch players obviously fought Ajax, that's expected. Wrench, Hato, Taylor, Vos. Yeah. Silo Vos, Bervane, Robbie, Berghuis. Silvano Vos, by the way, 18 years old.
Wow.
Yorel Hato, 17.
Double
it's
change
a very young team.
For Brighton. Then we had to see this one. Purvis Stupinian back on the pitch, and for Dahoud, which means Gross will shift back into the field, and Evan Ferguson also coming on to lead the line. As I realising with 20 minutes ago, they probably have this one in the bag.
So Superman back from fitness then is a very good sign for Brighton. And Ansu Fati coming off now, and he will applaud the travelling support
as
he makes it off the field.
FPL?
I wouldn't say so because he's not really played in the PL yet, has he? If he's played tonight, he probably won't play at the weekend.
No.
I would expect to see Lallana again and Ferguson starting.
Oh, get in. Adam Lallana, what a player.
Anyway, Gruss. Now a Stupinian. Or it could be well back even as that 10.
Yeah.
He's done that role a few times this season. Adingra.
One and all time. But no, he won't start there, will he?
I don't think he's fit. I think Buonanotte and Julio Enciso are both out injured at the moment. Which is why we've not really seen them compete in this tournament. You'd imagine one of them would be starting over Kwara Mitoma. Yeah. Potentially. Or here. And then Adingra on the left.
Oh, good high press from Ajax, one up the pitch.
Lovely football. Chuba Akpom. It's messy, but Borges, Akpom, I think offside. Should have been a goal anyway. And it's, is it offside or a corner? I'm not quite sure. I mean, Akpom and Borges both frustrated there wanting a corner.
It is offside.
Akpom was offside anyway, but this should have been a goal. Probably should have done something with that.
So it was a goal kick anyway, and I think the flag then went up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Still 35 minutes left. If Ajax want to get something out of today.
Brighton 2-0 up in Europe versus Ajax. That club really is like a Football Manager save in real life.
Flag up there against Adingra. He's had another great game. He is a phenomenal player.
Devon Wrench picked up the ball. He's caught the ball though. I'm not sure that's allowed. But now we see the referee pointing out that the ball was moving when the free kick was taken. Yes.
Moving. Ajax fans look fed up.
Sosa, Sutalo.
They know their club's taking a step in the right direction though.
Lifts it to Akpom. Akpom brings it down. Gilmore hounding him. And now a Stupinian. And that's actually a foul from Billy Gilmore on Juba Akpom. Sutalo. Harto, Sutalo. Now Verbruggen. Not Verbruggen, Ramai. The Ajax goalkeeper. Now he's encouraging players to go long here, but then he does end up going for the short option of Borna Sosa, the left back. Sosa knocks it inside. Berghuis. Lovely little chipped pass. Looking for Brian Brobby. He uses his body really well there to put Billy Gilmore in another district again. I don't probably unit. There's been bullying players out there tonight, but it's not really had a desired impact. Voss, and he's lost possession again, Voss. And Brighton looking to come forwards. Pedro, can Mitoma get there? He can. Wrench error. Mitoma should score. And he's blasted it over. Big error from Wrench. Can't be capitalised on by Brighton. Should he have looked to square it? Should he have just scored? What do you think?
You'd expect Mitoma to bury it from there.
Good ball through from Pedro.
Doesn't get the ball.
Hook his foot around it. There, I'd have expected to see the ball across. Or there, I'd expect to see the ball in the back of the net.
Mitoma should be burying that.
On his weaker foot, but still.
Got
under it.
And Robbie's done well there, and he has been fouled. And I think that should be a yellow card for Van Hecker when he's got up and run around.
3-1 Ren as well. Ludovic Blas with a pen for in that game.
Oh.
God, I love to see Blas go. Yeah. I remember seeing that transfer happen in the summer. Yeah.
Robbie does well to spin Van Hecker. Van Hecker responds by stopping him by any means necessary. And it is a yellow for the Brighton centre half.
Yeah. Two votes in the polling chat then. 45% Brighton. And normality is restored then. The chat at least. 40% Ajax. 15% draw. Thanks everyone that's voted this evening. Thanks everyone that has tuned in. Only 20 minutes left on today's stream. Of course, we are live this weekend for Chelsea versus Manchester City. If you want to join us there. But Ajax free kick now. And a chance potentially to get back into this match. He's taking his time about this. Ball whipped in from Sutalo. Akpom can't meet it. It's up in the air. Verbruggen, though, claiming it. And it is out for a corner.
Yeah, corner.
Didn't do enough there to keep the ball in play. And that will be an Ajax corner. So once again, they can ramp up the pressure. With Akpom and Brobby up there, they've got two presences to aim for up there.
Yeah.
And now it'll be another chance for Ajax. Berghuis over this. Ball whipped in. Harto can't make any significant contact with it. Borges recovers it. And it's back into the box. Looking for the back post. Can't be kept in play though by Berghuis.
Decent from Ajax again though.
Yeah, but again the delivery there from Borges recovering the ball nicely. Delivery not really good enough though. Needs just to take a little bit off that and actually find a man in the box.
Yeah, yeah.
But another change for Ajax. I believe that's Tahirovic. But we can't really see him.
20 minutes.
Now Harto.
Time for an out for Ajax. They want to get something.
It's enough time to get 2 goals. It's not unthinkable that if Ajax score in the next 5 minutes, then it puts a lot of pressure on Brighton for the last 15.
They do it soon.
Yeah. Or if Brighton are going for their favourite scoreline of 3-1, then I'm expecting Ajax to get one and then Brighton to get one. Or the other way around. Van Hecker, Veltman, Ferguson, and he's tried to come and claim that pass, but he's fallen over in the process. Wrench, Sutalo under a bit of pressure here from the Irish forward. But Ferguson can't stop him passing it into Borges. Akpom, his flick on to the ghost of Christmas past, seemingly.
Yeah.
Good challenge from Wrench. Here's Igor. Sorry, Igor. Here's Stupinian. Igor on it again. Gilmore.
Such a great play.
Van Hecker. Looked to go out wide, but now back to Verbruggen. Here's a Stupinian. Plays it inside. Gross. And ball looking, searching ball for Ferguson, who slipped over again. I don't know if someone needs to fetch him some different boots, but he's struggling to stay on the surface at the moment.
So eager to chase after
Ferguson there just pointing out that he wants that ball a little bit more direct. Voss skips past Gilmore. And really good from the 18-year-old who then loses out. But now Bervain shifts it out wide. Borna Sosa, lovely delivery. But nobody meets it apart from Estupinian. Ferguson tries to chest it down, but he's shoved down by Wrench, and that will be a foul. Free kick. Liverpool have got one back. They're mounting a comeback. 15 minutes to play. Darwin Nunez, within a minute of being subbed on, has found the back of the net.
Squeaky bum time in Toulouse then.
Yeah.
They were hoping they could hold on. But here comes the change for Ajax, and it is Voss who is hobbling off a little bit there.
But they did play quite a rotated side, Liverpool. Diaz, Gakpo, Doak, front three. Elliott started over Szoboszlai. There was no Van Dijk in the starting 11. There's no Trent, but they have started to resort to substitutions. At half-time, they had a triple change, with Trent coming on for Endo, Szoboszlai for Tsimikas, and Salah for Doak. Presumably Gomez went to left back, Trent to right back, and Szoboszlai in midfield with Salah just onto the right wing. Then Nunes came on, and well, it looked like it was his goal, but it's been given as a Christian Cáceres Jr. own goal.
What a name.
What a guy.
Yeah, only 18 minutes to go.
2-0 to Slavia Prague, beating Roma. So that will move Prague to top of the group on head-to-head record. Roma to second, but 5 points ahead of the nearest rival, Sheriff.
Mourinho doing what Mourinho does best.
Second, well, third season syndrome. Is it? And then in the Conference League, it's now 2-1 Bodo/Glimt. They've got another goal to make it 2-0, but Besiktas have just got one back. So could they mount some sort of comeback? Ferencváros and Genk, it was 0-0 when we last checked. It's now 1-1. So game on there. Toulouse have just got a third.
Wow.
So Liverpool, they're back in it, and we'll have a look at who scored that in a moment. But Pauk 2-2 with Aberdeen. It was 1-0 earlier. And a 6-7-minute goal from Mbwana Samata, former Aston Villa striker, was cancelled out by Aberdeen's Jamie McGrath, who scored.
Wow.
Don't know if he's any relation of Paul McGrath.
Don't know.
But if he is, interesting. Toulouse 3-1, Frank Macri with that one.
Pitch,
Now Borges, can he deliver it? Puts it in there! Oh, how is that gone in? How has Brian Brobby not found the back of the net there?
Ref checks his watch and no, it's not. Corner.
A shot hit the post, rolled along the line, hit the other post,
I think
and
he
was
hit the
cleared
post
away.
onto Verbruggen's back and then just rolled across the line.
Wow. Very unlucky Ajax there, because that could have been the goal to bring him back into the game. Berghuis delivers, headed away by Igor. Wrench. And now Sosa. And he finds Berghuis. Berghuis looking to whip it back in. Quickly, Van Hecker clearing it away. And now Brighton could counter. Pedro holds it up well. And it's the number 33, I believe that's Tahirovic, all over him there.
Yeah.
And that has been given as a free kick. As a couple more Irish players got involved and they all just found it.
Off the post, trickled across the whole line, hit the other post, and then managed to be hacked clear by. Couldn't quite see that was actually hacked clear. You might think of Van Hecker.
But yeah, Liverpool, really shocking. Seems like they deserve to lose.
Now Jal Pedro, isn't that? No, it's a Stupinian.
And this is not a good sign. What if you weren't 100% on him? Why would you bring him on? But yeah,
Stupinian down.
Yeah, he is coming off. Purpose of Stupinian. And so a short 5-minute cameo appearance for the left back.
It's weird as to why he'd come on if he wasn't.
I guess they wanted to see whether he was match fit in a game where they don't. It's not too high stakes. But
to be fair, it might be precautionary. They've said to him, if you feel anything, just come off again.
Yeah, just sit down. So that is Victor Belaber, I believe.
Yeah. James Mills had a nice time.
James Mills asleep.
He is. He literally just lied back on the subs bench.
Yeah, I know. Still open there.
Okay.
I think left back, probably an issue at the moment then. So Victor Belaber coming on, is he going to go to fullback or is Gross going to go back to fullback? I noticed they didn't sub Gross off, did they?
No, he went into midfield to who came off.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's likely why, because they thought if a Superman has to come back off, we still want Gross on the pitch. So Victor Belaber, though, going to get 15 minutes here at the end. Not really seen a lot of Victor Belaber, to be fair, but we know he's a good player. The young midfielder. And the Superman makes his way off the field. Belaber will come on.
Yeah, looks like it's going on in the middle. Gross back. Paul Black, he's back out of fullback.
That is Georges Mitkowadze coming on for Ajax. So a change up front. A Dingra, but that's not going to happen yet, as you say. Pedro Kwarumitimo on this left-hand side. Has he got the beating of Devon Wrench? No. Is the answer to that question. Wrench sees him out, but it is going to be a corner for Brighton. But Wrench has done well tonight. He's been a real difference maker for Ajax.
I think Ajax have been...
Ajax haven't been poor, really.
They haven't been as bad as they were in the game, the Brighton home game, but still the same score.
The 2 goals came from cheap giving away of possession, and then a fast exchange of passes from Brighton, which open up the defence, leave them in disarray, and they found a Dingra and Fatty in space. Ball in, and it's a ball out. And Ramai keen to get going quickly. Veltman forgetting which team he's playing for again. They were the defensive header, really.
Here comes the change.
And so Georges Mitkowadze, I believe. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. Coming on. Devon Wrench coming off. They're going for this game now. Mitkowadze.
Yeah, Mitkowadze. Yeah, Wrench deserves a rest. And another change.
Mitkowadze. No, that was Carlos Borges just getting some instructions from John Van de Schip.
That was confusing.
Tahirovic, Sosa. So Sosa coming in as sort of a makeshift left centre half then. Not wanting to risk Wrench any longer after his first game back from injury. Berghuis. Now here is the substitute. Georges Mitkowadze. And Borges is in! And it's a huge save from Verbruggen that's left Verbruggen down. Borges down. And a centre half on the floor in a heap.
Borges wanted it on his left too much. You see, as soon as the ball came, if he takes it on his right, you can hit it a lot earlier. But
Verbruggen, I think Borges just kicked Verbruggen's ribs. Maybe the issue here. He's in quite a bit of discomfort here. He seems to be alright to continue though. Well, let's have a look. This is really good. And instantly, it's a great ball from the substitute.
He wants on his left.
Doesn't do badly there at all.
Let it run across his right though.
No, I don't think he's done anything wrong there. He opens up his body well. Igor gets a touch on it.
He could have got to the ball sooner though, but just taken it round to his right.
Maybe. LASK 3-0 by the way. They finished that game against Union St Gilloise, really.
Yeah. Big win, that. Big win.
Here is Tahirovic. Berghuis. Now Harto. Sutalo. Back to Ramai. Yeah, definitely signs of improvement for Ajax today. And I think they'll take confidence from this performance going into the Eredivisie fixture at the weekend. But still some shakiness and not really able to compete at this high level that Brighton set.
Yeah.
Here's Borges. Again looking dangerous on the ball. And that's smashed out by Gruss.
Yeah, 10 minutes to go now. Can Ajax get something in this game for pride?
Yeah, maybe. And they'd like to, I'm sure, but I think they score in the next couple of minutes. They put the pressure on, but I mean, Brighton will be keen to ensure that doesn't happen and actually that they can get their first clean sheet of the season. Bervain. Now Sosa. And he switches the play, finding Borges on the opposite flank. And he could dart inside here. Plays it to Berghuis. And it's a nice attempt, but it's just hit the nearest defender.
Wins a corner, though.
Could this result in something? Borges not moving very freely after he collided with the goalkeeper. Ball in. It's met no one. Balaba's header doesn't really go anywhere. Borges against Mitoma, and Mitoma wins it. Kwame Mitoma on the counter. Has he got the beating of Borges? No. Great defensive work from Carlos Borges. But it's apparently an Ajax, Brighton throw, much to his frustration. Mitoma now down on this near side, but he does get helped to his feet by Borges, who's just checked it all right, and now Brighton will take the throw.
Yep.
Gross. So yeah, a left back issue for Brighton. Who do you think starts there at the weekend?
The Grosses, right? And got any others?
Well, we could see Solly March play there again.
Who have they got?
Gross, March. That's about it. I would say Igor could play. Oh,
Fulham?
Sheffield United.
Oh, they'll be fine. Put anyone there. Don't put anyone there. Play a 10.
Tail.
Yeah.
Pedro's down on the deck. Don't think he's injured. Just having a moment.
Yeah. Just having a moment.
Oh, yeah, lost the ball, so I just have a little moment.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I got header not convincing. False of Borges. Running down the right. Everyone's on the right here for Ajax. With 3 blokes in the goal.
Berghuis. Borges. Akpom, that's worked. Berghuis, can he deliver it? Puts it on the floor. Bobby to Akpom. Akpom takes out his feet. It's a huge save from Bart Verbruggen. Fantastic stop from the shot stopper, the Dutch keeper. And now Baleba trying to drive it through the midfield. Gives it to Mitoma. Tahirovic seems to have him covered there though. Gross looking for the pass. And a nice bit of footwork. And now he plays it looking for the run beyond of Evan Ferguson. It's not really come off. And a weird physical battle there between Sutalo and Ferguson. And everybody loses.
Yeah.
Ajax on the ball now. Yol Harto.
There was no winner in that tackle.
Here's Borna Sosa. Looking for options inside. Shifts it out wide. And Georges Mikawatadze loses the ball. Now Sutalo. Berghuis. Lovely ping out wide. Here's Borna Sosa. Can he deliver it? Nice ball into the box for Bruggen punches. And it's away convincingly. Sutalo picks up possession. Gives it back to Verbruggen. Ramai, who's quite high. Now Tahirovic dropping into the middle of the back 3 to pick up the ball. Here's Berghuis. Now Sutalo. Plays it across to Harto. Options ahead. Goes instead to Tahirovic. Sutalo. Berghuis. Knocks it into Georges Mikawatadze. Ball forwards. Looking for Brobby. Bervain just about keeps it in, but he's kept it in for Adingra. Not ideal. Simon Adingra looking to attack this touchline. Skips past Sosa. Fizzing it inside to Pedro. Pedro. Ferguson uses his body to sit down. Gilmore. Ball in behind. Can Kwame Mitoma get there? I think he will. Borges trying to track him. Mitoma looking for options. Cuts inside. Cuts back onto out wide. But it's not come off. Looking now for support. Gives it to Gross. Gross receives it well. Now here's Billy Gilmore. Looking for an option ahead. Back to Pascal Gross. Gross. Gilmore. Now Pedro back to Igor. Gilmore. Gross. And it comes off Akpom and it's out for a throw.
Yeah, Brighton just trying to kill this game off completely.
Late equalisers in Israel and in Austria. Servette 1, FC Sheriff 1. So wow. Servette just levelled up there. And Villarreal finally level things up against Maccabi Haifa as Alex Bainer scores.
Took their time.
Probably a pen away.
Missed the penalty, scored the rebound.
Missed the penalty, it was retaken, missed that.
Then
scored the rebound. But yeah.
5 minutes left in Amsterdam. This game is all but done.
Yeah. And Victoria Pleasant at the moment beating Dinamo Zagreb.
Wow.
That would leave Zagreb bottom of the group on just 3 points. Pleasant top on 12. By no means would Zagreb be out though. They'd be just a point behind Astana in second and Balkani in third.
That should be alright then.
They could still recover it, yeah, but they've lost a lot of players Dinamo, obviously, Orsic left in January. They lost Josip Sudalo.
Livakovic,
Yeah, they lost Dominik Livakovic as well. So a lot of key players missing. They've got a very good central midfielder in Robert Lubicic playing left back. Livakovic went to...
I thought he went Bayern, but he didn't, did he?
He's rumoured to go to Bayern. I think he ended up in the Serie, yeah. Fenerbahce.
Ah.
That was it. Liverpool have got another back. It's 3-2.
What a game.
Yeah. I'm not sure who scored it yet, but they are back to within a goal.
Here's Pedro. Tries to play for me in my face.
It's not quite come off Sutalo. Diego Jota, again, subbed on in the 81st, scores a few minutes later. Just a minute to go in that game. Can Liverpool, though, find a goal in extra time? Not that they really need it, but they should still get through, regardless of this result. Here's Yorel Harto.
Will be big for Toulouse, though.
Yeah. And Liverpool, well, they wouldn't want to lose, but it won't really.
Keep these Toulouse pans going.
I was going to say, they do just come so easy, don't they?
Yeah.
But yeah. Now, Brian Murphy, thank you for your comment, saying thanks for Frank. Thanks from Safety Bay, Western Australia, for your stream. Appreciate it. It's not very often we get Australian viewers on here. A lot of them asleep when we're live.
What time is it? I don't know what time it is.
Thank you, Brian. I'm glad you've enjoyed today's stream. And if you have enjoyed it enough, then please do leave a like. And if you've enjoyed it a load, then please do subscribe. It massively helps us out. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed today's coverage.
I never know which side of Australia is which.
Western Australia. Well, I think it's probably in the west.
No, but what's on the west? I can remember what's on the west.
Yeah. I want to guess Sydney. But that might be horrendous.
Sydney?
Yeah, no, I think Sydney on the west.
No, Melbourne's on the east, isn't it? Melbourne's on the other side, opposite side of Sydney.
Brian says it's 3:32 a.m. That is commitment to your side. Brian, I'm guessing you're a Brighton fan, but I don't want to assume.
Or just enjoying the game.
Or just enjoying that game, or could be an Ajax fan.
Yeah.
Who do you support, basically, Brian? Would have been an easy question.
Yeah.
But yeah. 2 minutes to go here then. And then whatever is allotted for additional time. There may be a few minutes because we've had a few injuries.
Yeah.
That's from Perth.
Ah.
Yeah, Miedema. And he's not been able to keep that in play. And that will be an Ajax goal kick. Back at the feet of Ramai.
Yeah. Just see this game out now. You know, things like goal difference and head-to-head do come into it.
Yeah.
So, for Ajax to concede as little as possible, that will be helpful.
And I think TNT may just remembered that Adingra scored.
Yeah. He's got it took like 20 minutes.
Yeah, just a little reminder.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, we are still here, guys. Yeah. That bloke did score.
Yes, a Brighton fan moved to Australia 20 years ago. Wow.
Fair enough.
You must be enjoying this Brighton resurgence then. I mean, 20 years ago, Brighton weren't even a Premier League side, I want to say. Now fighting in Europe against Ajax, who 20 years ago were competing for Champions League titles.
Look, I don't blame you moving from Britain to Australia. Sounds lovely.
Yorel Harto. Now it's Tahirovic. Here's Berghuis. Nice delivery from the Dutchman, claimed by another Dutchman, Bart Verbruggen. He's not really been able to get a lot going today, has he, Berghuis? He's gotten the ball a few times, especially in midfield. He seems to have a lot of time and space, but not really been able to create a lot.
No. Not expecting too many minutes of additional time either.
No, there's been a few stoppages for injuries, but not too much. And Villarreal have gone from losing in the 81st to winning by the 86th. Alexander Sorloth has made it 2-1 Villarreal.
That's kind of what you expected. They should have been easily home and dry.
Should have been a comfortable game.
Yeah.
Against Maccabi Haifa. I'm not sure where that's being played today. I can't imagine Maccabi Haifa are at home.
No.
Here is Pascal Gross.
That's obviously hard form is. Because surely it's a domestic league can't be happening, surely. So are they just playing European?
I can have a look.
4 minutes left here.
Yes, and Maccabi Haifa haven't played a single match since Panathinaikos on the 5th of October.
Yeah, so they're just playing European games.
Yeah. And they are playing in the AIK Arena in Cyprus.
Makes sense.
AEK Arena. And Leverkusen have gone from 0-0 to 1-0. 90th minute goal for Leverkusen. A crucial goal for Xabi Alonso's side. And that will see them progress into the knockouts. That's all they wanted, really, from this evening.
Yeah. They've looked really good domestically and really good on the European stage.
Yeah. I mean, outside shot for the Europa League?
Maybe.
I'd love to see it. Would absolutely love to see it. Xabi Alonso beating Liverpool in the final before he goes to Real Madrid would be poetic.
I'd love it. Is it actually confirmed to be leaving to Real now?
No, but it's like the worst kept secret ever.
Yeah.
Seemingly.
But what I like the fact is that hasn't affected the performance at all. But Ajax fans leaving in their numbers as this game comes to a close. The Johan Cruyff Arena is looking very empty.
I wouldn't be if it's not sewn up, then I wouldn't be surprised there is a bit of competition for his signature. Yeah. Alonso's a good coach. And Sheriff, well, they've just conceded. They conceded a late equaliser, and they've now given away a red card. Yeah. Maybe a bit of frustration creeping in there. And the poll in chat: 24 votes tonight, 50% for Brighton, 38% Ajax, and 12% a draw. So the chat were correct.
Fair enough. Well done, guys. We were too.
Yeah. We both went 2-1. So if there's an Ajax late goal, scenes.
Doesn't it? Arsenal, Brighton's going to hold the ball in the corner, right?
Yeah. Gilmore knocks it short. Here's Pedro. And João Pedro back to Billy Gilmore. And he tries to hold it in the corner. Has he drawn a foul? No, he hasn't. Tahirovic will get to take a throw. I think that was a foul. The ref's just like, nah.
Can't be bothered.
Don't want to watch you fanny around in the corner. Billy Gilmore chasing into the corner as he won a throw.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't.
Smart there, just knocking the ball away with his elbow.
Yeah. Or no, he has won a throw. He's just waiting for someone else to come and take it.
He's had enough being in the corner.
And then even Mitoma comes over, pretends to take it, and then gives it to Gross. And yeah, just a little bit of time wasting.
You don't have to go on a yellow, sis, because they are 2-0.
Get Van Hecke to come and take a yellow. Clear his yellows before the quarters. Before the knockout, sorry.
That's one way of getting rid of the ball. Just smash into the... Well, maybe not.
Robbie. Coming forward. Borna Sosa now. Space to exploit on this left-hand side. Can he come up with a delivery? Ball into the box. Van Hecke gets in front of it. Robbie brings it under control. Can he put a ball into the box? Van Hecke again, using his body to get in the way of it. Yeah, and it's gone from bad to worse for the Sheriff, as that was a penalty the red card was for, and it's converted in the 93rd minute by Servette. That takes Sheriff from getting their first win and putting themselves into third and giving themselves a chance to qualify or at least go to the Conference League. It's now being bottom and 6 points off anyone.
Wow.
Yeah. And a big win for Servette, which means they're now close within 3 points of Roma. And, well, guarantees themselves a place in some sort of European knockout.
Yeah. Good for them.
But yeah. Game approaching its close now. Berghuis. And his quick exchange of passes there with Carlos Waters hasn't exactly come off. And a header from Chuba Akpom also hasn't come off. And we are now at the 4th minute of additional time. You'd imagine that will be the game.
I haven't played a match.
We'll wait till after the full-time whistle. No, I don't know if anything's going to happen in the last few seconds, but if
I've already got mine.
Bart Verbruggen volleys in his own net. There we go. That is the end of the game. Ajax 0, Brighton 2. It wasn't too comfortable for Brighton, but they got the win over the line. A 2-0 victory in the end. Goals from Ansu Fati and Adingra setting each other up as well. A good link up between those two. A good game for both of them and a good game for Brighton. They now move to top of the group momentarily with AEK Athens to face Marseille later today. If there is a victory in that game, if Marseille win that game, then Brighton will no longer be top. But if Marseille fail to win, then Brighton will be top of the group heading into match day 5.
Yeah, really good from Brighton. Yeah. And I think the standout performer for me was Simon Adingra.
Yeah,
and therefore he's my player of the match. He did really well. Set up the first, scored the second. Very, very exciting player. Very good player. And once again, shining on the European stage when he gets his chance.
Yeah, I find it hard to disagree with that thinking there. Liverpool have levelled it up, by the way, at the death. It's Toulouse 3, Liverpool 3. What a moment for them. And, well, Toulouse have really thrown that one away, it has to be said. As for my player of the match, while I was going to go Simon Adingra, and you've absolutely stolen that, I will say Ansu Fati. equally good tonight. Goal and assist as well, and he's really settling well to life on the South Coast. And well, if Brighton could sign him on a permanent, that would be a fantastic coup.
Brighton controlling the group. Ajax in big trouble.
Yeah, indeed. In fact, it's going to take a miracle. If Athens win today, that will mean they are out.
Yeah,
but yeah, not a great Europa League group stage, but definitely some positive signs this evening, and they could take that into the league and potentially move themselves out of the relegation zone.
Yeah,
but no, I think they are already out of it. But yeah, they do need to. Some positive stuff tonight.
Yeah.
Thanks, boys. Cup of tea and I'm off to work. Well, Brian, I do not envy you. A cup of tea and I'm off to sleep, I think. A different type of tea, actually. Gonna go have some dinner. But yeah, we will be back on Sunday for Chelsea versus Manchester City. Very, very excited for that game. And we've got some big news potentially coming Monday. So look out for that across our socials. Very exciting stuff. There's everything for today, though, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching. And we'll see you next time.